Murder's strongest, and now you die!
Excuse you.
Excuse word?
You've been ignoring someone this entire time.
Word what?
Been ignoring someone this entire time. No, you mouth breather! You have been ignoring your king!
Where's the king to a god?
What is a god to a non-believer?
Do you believe now? Unbelievable. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. It's easy! A God is still a God to a God. King is still a king to a king. There's levels to this shit. What do you think they call us almighty? Now let's get straight to the motherfucking body bag. Body bag. Let's go body bag. Now put the M's in the motherfucking body bag. Murder's strongest, and now you die.
Excuse you.
Excuse word?
You've been ignoring someone this entire time.
Word what?
No, you mouth breather! You have been ignoring your king!
Where's the king to a god?
What is a god to a non-believer?
Do you believe now?
Let me tell you the story about the man who watched the orange tree grow. So he planted a seed one day in his house. A tiny, tiny little, beginner pot for a seed. He sat there and watched the seed for a few minutes. And the few minutes turned into about an hour. And he just kept watching the seed, hoping that it would grow. One of those hours turned into 10 whole weeks of trying to watch the seed come out of this tiny, tiny little pot, and then one day it sprouted out of the dirt. He said, wow! When he told me that, I laughed and laughed. He sat there and watched this sprout grow for another 10 weeks until it was strong enough to put into the ground outside. Isn't that funny? 20 weeks in, he plants the sprout outside in his garden. And he continued to watch this thing grow. It was fascinating to me. I kept asking him, "Hey, mister, why the fuck are you watching this seed grow into a tree?" No response. He just continued to watch. So, I went on about my way. I came back in about a couple of weeks. He was still in the same spot. Well, I just decided, since he's not going to ever move, I don't think, I'll just go into the military. I went into the military and did 2 tours. 15 years later, I come back to this man's house, and he is still watching this tree grow. Now it's a fully grown tree, almost 2 stories tall. And he's sitting in front of the tree, watching the tree grow. Well, I asked him, did you attempt to eat the bark from the tree or something? What the fuck is so? How I've been gone 15 years and you're still watching this tree grow? No response. Okay. I called as many people as I could over the years to try to get this man committed. No one cared. I come back 3 months later. 3 months later, the tree is filled with oranges. Some of them were still green. As a matter of fact, most of them were still green. I asked him finally, brother, your orange seed has become a fully bloomed orange tree with oranges on it. What are you gonna do now? He turned around and smiled. He pulled off one of the oranges off of the tree that was orange and not green, peeled it open very slowly and carefully, ate the orange right in front of him, and said, I did it.
Terry Smoot Jr., did you hear anything I said? Yeah, you heard me. Cause I'm looking at let's see what we got here. You heard it just now. Okay, cool. It was still playing. Okay, that's what's up. So now, look at here. Let me see if I got my voice on here. Nope, my voice is not on here. That's not cool. Okay, so what I was saying was, you better believe, based on the first track, you understand? So, you know, most people are atheists following the tradition of Albert Pike, but Albert Pike plans to kill all atheists. That's his plan, and it's working like a charm. So, the second track that I played, I said, you're pissing me off by trying me. Don't try me. You tried me earlier this year, and that angered me. I still haven't got over it yet. However, today's lesson for your viewing pleasure is titled Restoring Uncle Sambo's Reputation, a part 2. Okay. So I started off with the praise and worship on purpose. What up, Mongos? All right. So let's get into the lesson. It's right here. This part 2. Part 1. I laid a solid foundation for why we think Sambo Judah is our uncle, a early ruler of India outside of the Babylonian captivity, because he had got Babylon to, his ancestors, Ashad, Meshach, and Menemo, got the Babylonian king to respect our God, and so they were set free. They became free. See, that's what happens when it's life or death for the Israelites, repentant Israelites, that is. Things change for the better for Israelites. So we're going to get into part 2. And it says King James of England, as we learned in part 1, it was originally called Angel Land, after the angelic sons of Isaac. You understand? So, in Asia, New Sambo Judah was Blackamoor and Shaka. Shaka means, as we learned in part 1, Shaka means the sons of Isaac. You get that? Good. All right. In 1683, an English visitor to Japan, Christopher Frank, wrote that Japanese aesthetics were directly opposite to ours, taking black to be the livery of mirth and pleasantness, and white of grief and mourning. Well, how fucking true is that? Indeed, some Japanese representations portrayed the Sambo Judah as both black and African, describing the image of Sakyamuni, the son of Isaac, Sambo Judah, in a letter to King James. Merchant Richard Cox wrote in 1616, in a little closet or cupboard was a Negro or a blackamoor's image, which they told me was the doll of Shaka. That's why Shaka Zulu is named Shaka Zulu. It's clearly a Hebrew word, which means the sons of Isaac. The chief god they adore. So, just as most humans, once they reach a certain status of leadership, they become deified as gods instead of normal human beings, and they are recorded as such. Cited in Leop, 1995, verse 4. This association of black Africans with the Sambo Judah lasted well into the 19th century, though by then some Japanese had begun to doubt the wisdom of venerating the representative of an inferior people. Japan's minorities, the illusion of homogeneity, edited by Michael Wine, page 91 and 92. We got more. Another clear indication that the Sambo Judah was Negro, besides these previous quotes, is from the fact that one of Buddha's names was Sambo. See the Sambo iconography here? Right. It's beginning to be clear, huh? Known for Phnom Penh, Cambodia depiction of the Negro Sambo Judah Lord's Sambo. See? That's where that dumbass lady who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin has every black person in America calling Sambo out his name and disrespecting him as if he's a traitor to black people. In Nepal, Colonel Kirkpatrick found Mahamuni, Mahadev, or Buddha under the name of Sambo or Sambo Nath. That is the Most High Sambo. The Asiatic, that comes from the Asiatic Journal and Monthly Register for British India and its etc. Volume 1 on the religion of Sambo Judah, page 20. This little boy knows he's Sambo, but by this time, his name was already ruined, disrespected. You see? Sambo, the black racist stereotype, is actually the image of the black Sambo Judah and many other Eastern black gods. The black face and red lips of Sambo confirm his Negro origin. Little Black Sambo, that's another book that disrespected Uncle Sambo's great name. El Negrito Sambo. And the Mado, see? Even they got the Hispanics disrespecting Sambo, Uncle Sambo. You see? Por Eileen Bannerman, Ilustraciones Movibles por Julian Ware. Okay? Now you got Sambo getting mauled by a tiger. It might even be a leopard, but it looks like a tiger to me. The Hungry Tigress, Magao cave painting in Dunhuang, China. Sambo is also often depicted with tigers. So maybe he's playing with the tiger. Okay, that's good news. As I stated in part 1, all these weird colors like purple skin represent the blackness so that you won't recognize who you're looking at, what type of ethnicity you're looking at. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, he had an affinity for tigers. And then look at this new book here. You got him pleading with the tiger. Please don't eat me. You see what I'm saying? But he was a friend of the tigers. If the tiger get out of line, he whooped the tiger's butt. Just like that right there. You see it. You see his toes is perched up like he's ready to strike. He had to get good leverage to strike this joker. See what I'm saying? He had to put his weight on the tiger. Tigers are strong. The story of Little Black Sambo. See? He's with the tiger. Right there, it looks pretty friendly. By Helen Bannerman. How many books do they have disrespecting Uncle Sambo's name? The new animated Little Black Sambo with pictures that actually move. Sambo axle grease. Old Black Joe grease. Stop it! The pop-up Little Sambo, Little Black Sambo. A Chinese Black Sambo with the tigers. Another Chinese Sambo with the tiger, with the tiger tail right there. Another black Sambo, little black Sambo Chinese book. Stop it. Chibikaru Sambo. Various Japanese editions of Helen Bannerman's The Story of Little Black Sambo, 1899, with racist pickaninny. We know where pickaninnies come from. They go to the pickaninny that is now called the picnic. Illustrations by Frank Dobias. So, he's over here playing with the tigers again. And it's making me angry. I told you to stop playing. Don't play with me like this. Because passion and emotion causes what people say. If you like chocolate malted milk, drink Sambo, refreshing, pure, and nourishing. Oh, the dancing Sambo. Easy to work, fun at your parties. Little Black Sambo again. The adventures of Little Black Sambo. I don't understand why we're hated as much as this, but Jesus said they're going to hate us because they hate him. Sambo has a bullseye on his head. A bullseye. You're supposed to aim at this bullseye and hit it. You're supposed to hit him in the head. You see the connotation there? One set, number 3702, Sambo Target, all metal products company. Kind of reminds me of the stupid company that targets our little babies nowadays. I forget the name of that stupid company. Okay. The Game of Sambo from Parker Brothers. You owe me some money, Parker Brothers Incorporated, from Salem, Massachusetts, New York, London. Salem, Massachusetts, New York, and London. I'm coming for you. Get ready. Sambo brand. Samuel F. Perkle, Newark, New Jersey. Chewing on watermelon because it's a stereotype. You get it? In Nepal, Colonel Kirkpatrick found Mahamuni, Mahadev, or Buddha under the name of Sambo or Sambo Nath. That is the Most High Sambo. That's from the Asiatic Journal and Monthly Register for British India, and it's so forth. Volume 1 on the Religion of Buddha, page 20. Oh, we got more. Whether Sambo is identified as a son of Isaac, which is also called the Scythians, or Dravidians, is irrelevant in reference to his bloodline connection to Israelites. Both Scythians and Dravidians are descendants of the biblical Israelites. They existed as different branches of the same Israelite families, migrating into foreign lands at different times. These separate branches ended up meeting each other again many generations later in India. However, the name Shakyamuni, another name for Buddha, points toward a Scythian origin for the Negro Buddha. Shakyamuni is a compound word from Shakya, meaning Shaka, Saka, Sake, or Scythian, and Muni, meaning sage, mystic, or adept. The Masons know what adept means. Thus, Shakyamuni, the Negro Buddha, Sambo, was known as the sage mystic of the Scythians' Shakya clan. The historical Buddha, known in Japanese as Shaka-sama, because he was a member of the Shaka clan, or as Shakyamuni, sage of the Shaka. And that's from Kyoto, A Cultural History by John Duggan, page 39. Oh, we got more. Plenty more. I'm just getting started. This is part 2, restoring Sambo's reputation. Uncle Sambo, his name must be restored. No longer will black people be referred to as Sambo, as the disruptors of the black race. Shakyamuni, Buddha triad, dated 623 AD, Horyuju Monastery, Nara, Japan. That's where you find Sambo Judah. The peppercorn, curled hair of the Buddha statue resembles the curls on the Ram statue of Meru, Sudan. More curls. Broken off nose. They even broke off his head. The culture of the Black Dravidians underlies the whole culture of India, whose greatest religious leader is often limned as black and curly-haired. According to Massey, it is certain that the Black Buddha of India was imaged in the Negroid type, in the Black Negro god. Whether called Buddha or Suknasi, we have a datum. They carry their color in the proof of their origin. The people who first fashioned and worshipped the divine image in the Negroid mold of humanity must, according to all knowledge of human nature, have been Negroes themselves. For blackness is not merely mystical. The features of hair of Buddha belong to the black race, and Nasi is the Negro name. Nasi means president in English. W.E.B. Du Bois on Asia, Crossing the World Color Line by William Edward Burghardt Du Bois. Page 10. We got more. A lot more. That's a Brahmin. In the Gangetic region, caste disappeared. The whites enlisted in the service of the blacks and fought under Negro chiefs. In the famous Battle of the 10 Kings, one of the leading Aryan chiefs was a Negro. I've been trying to teach people that Aryans are Negroes, but they don't want to listen to me. Nesfield said the Aryan invader, whatever class he might belong to, was in the habit of taking the women of the country as wives, and hence no caste, not even that of the Brahmin, can claim to have sprung from Aryan ancestors. Today, some of the Brahmins are as black and as flat-nosed as the early Negro chiefs. Max Mueller said that some Brahmins are as black as pariahs. You don't know what a pariah is? Is Is that an issue for you? You don't know what a pariah is, huh? Okay, let's define it for you. As a matter of fact, let's pull up a picture for you. It's an outcast nowadays, but a pariah is actually utter, uh, utterly, almost utterly wasted and almost destroyed black people is what a pariah is. They're the outcast of society. Who do you become when you can't be yourself? That's a pariah. Back to the lesson. W.E.B. Du Bois on Asia, Crossing the World Color Line by William Edward Burghardt. Du Bois, page 10. Here's another Brahmin for you. Right there. Brahmin Priest, 1880. G. Moore indeed attempts to prove that the high-class Hindus, including all the Buddhists, are descendants of the Sake or Scythians, who, again, were the lost 10 tribes. He transcribes many of the Indian inscriptions into Hebrew of a wonderful kind to prove this contention. Buddhism, according to him, is a fraudulent development of Old Testament doctrines brought to India by the 10 tribes. The identification of the Sikh or Scythians with the 10 tribes because they appear in history at the same time and very nearly in the same place as the Israelites removed by Shalmaneser is one of the chief supports of the theory which identifies the English people and indeed the whole Teutonic race with the 10 tribes. This is from the Jewish Encyclopedia edited by Isidore Singer, Cyrus Adler, page 250. We got more, and they're shaving people's heads against the law. So, once their head is shaven, they are breaking Torah. That's illegal. Sanja, eminent priest, a title bestowed on some Buddhist venerable beings, such as Benzuro, Sanja, and on Rakan, individuals who have almost reached the rank of Buddha. Handbook of Japanese Mythology by Michael Ashkenazi, page 316, who wishes he was a Jew and is not, but is the synagogue of Satan. This brother is petting a dragon. So, I don't know what that means. The Rakan Sanja seated on a rock with a dragon emerging from a bowl. There's some more of that. The saga of excuse you. The saga of the Scythians is a very long oh man, I'm parched. Too much reading, not enough drinking. Okay. The saga of the Scythians is a very long and great one. Is it too long to discuss here? But what must be noted is that the Scythians spread all over Europe, and there are accounts of black Scythians in Britain and Ireland. It must also be noted that not all the black Scythians were of Hebrew stock. Many were ancient Egyptians and Africans in general, as well as indigenous blacks of early Europe. What happened to the original black inhabitants of Europe and the black Scythians? Over the centuries, they intermingled with other races and also faced genocide, similar to what happened to the blacks of Australia, and New Zealand, North Africa, the Middle and Near East, and other parts of the world, or what happened to the native Indians of the Americas. So much genocide all over the world perpetrated by Dan, the traitors to the Israelite race, in lieu and confederate with all other silly races who envy us. The Black Hebrews of the Black Christ, Volume 2, by Elmer von Fleischer, in the contents. Black Uger Chieftain, Tang Dynasty 660 CE, that means AD, after the death of Christ. So, or after the birth of Christ, however you want to look at it. So now, if you take a look at here, we got somebody stabbing somebody in the neck with a spear. You shouldn't have did that, brother. Evil twin brother. You shouldn't have done these things and chopped their heads and bodies up. I wouldn't have done that if I were you. Now, as you can see, there's a war being lost there. The Scythians, the Greeks, the Metonians, the Meotians, the Meadians, and others. Scythian warrior, 5th century, 5th century BC. 2B is a Pontic Greek hoplite, 4th century BC, and 2C is a Scythian heavy cavalryman, 5th century BC. So 2A is 5th century BC. This is a BC. This is a Scythian warrior. 2B is a Pontic Greek hoplite, and the Greek man is brown, clearly. And 2C is a Scythian heavy cavalryman. Cavalrymen ride on horses. That's why they're called cavalrymen in the 5th century BC. And so that is a professional remix of something of this nature. You see, they had kind of archaic artistic ability back in the day that no one uses these type of styles anymore. They actually know how to draw now. So this looks like a formation that was necessary at some time in history. This young brown man here looks like a warrior. Mongolia, Genghis Khan, 1210 AD, had a Jewish Mongol troop. Mongol Jews persecuted by Christians 500 to 600 AD. Yeah, the Christians, they were pretty insane back then. And so as you can see from this movie clip, there's a less than brown man leading a brown man. But 10 times out of 10, every one of these Mongols were thoroughly brown like this man here. Herodotus, suppose the Sarmatians, a Scythian people that differed from the other Scythians, for their women used to use the bow and the javelin. But in other respects, his account of the Scythians is applicable to the Sarmatians. Quote, the people are swarthy. Everybody in the conscious community, I'm not talking about the unconscious community. I'm talking about the conscious community, which is only comprised of Jesus Christ believers and repentant Israelites. That is the only conscious community that exists. But everybody in the conscious community understands that swarthy means black. Short and fat. The people are swarthy, short and fat, of a relaxed and phlegmatic temperament. The women are not fruitful, but their slaves, being lean, give birth to many children. Ain't that something? Let me define phlegmatic for you. As you can see, phlegmatic means having an unemotional and stolidly calm disposition. That's right, bring it out. End quote. The Greeks were struck with their small, so forth and so on. Universal Geography, Volume 6, by Conrad Malt Brune, page 696. And this is the depiction of the fat boys that they was talking about. Ain't that funny? Mongolia. Genghis Khan, 1210 AD, had a Jewish Mongol troop. Mongol Jews persecuted by Christians, 500 to 600 AD. This is from Alan Howard Godbey's Lost Tribes, a myth. Huh, they mythicized us already. Page 366. Goodness gracious. Just that fast. Now, this is a brother walking a horse. This is a brother boxing a horse. And this is a brother urinating on a horse. I don't know why he's doing that. This is a brother about to get beat down by a horse. I don't know why he's doing that. Here we got a cracker with a whip in his hand, about to crack the whip on a horse. He is cracking the whip on the horse. The horse is done turned over. The horse's hoofs are in the air, and he's saying, "Stop whipping me, please." That's what crackers do. They cause fear in order to subject you to their will. So now you got figure 10 is a black Mongolian horse trainer, Central Asia, 1400 AD. You got another cracker right here. As a matter of fact, that's a more professional rendition of that earlier photo. See? Cracking the whip. And you got some fancy art here. Pretty good. And you got a horse tamer there. And you got somebody, not only is he riding a horse, but he has a like a email bird with him that sends messages to people. Shakyamuni Buddha is from the Shaka Scythian clan. Look at this black brother here. I can't even see his face. Gautama Buddha was a member of the Shakya tribe. Shambhala and the historical Shambhala kingdom. That's where it came from. Citations all throughout. Buddhist heartland, present day, in the dark, and circa 400 BC in the light. So this is 400 BC, and this is present day. The Buddhist heartland moved from Sambo Judah's hometown here to now it's mostly concentrated in the famous Asian countries like Mongolia, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, and Myanmar, Burma. But it's also found everywhere else in Greater Asia and the Philippines in lesser concentration. So Buddha, born in Shakya clan territory in Lumbini, Nepal. That's Nepal right there. So I don't know why it's not as concentrated, but I think that has something to do with genocide. The Shakya were a clan of the Vedic period, 1750 to 500 BC. The name Sakya is derived from the Sanskrit word Sakya, which means the one who's capable. Sakya, Wikipedia. I have supposed Saka to be not a word of Sanskrit origin, but if Saka be derived from Sak, to be able, the root of the Sanskrit term is Sakti, meaning power, then the name Saka must be of Sanskrit origin and would mean a powerful people. Report of tours, you see, they're saying powerful people because these were kind of like the people who understood the Most High very well and kept the laws and statutes, commandments until they became corrupted over time. So when Sambo Judah was venerated to and deified and things of this nature, then his whole family felt they got puffed up in their heart and then fell off. And so they lost their miraculous favor. You see. Reported tours in the central Doab and Gorakhpur in 1874, 1875, and 1875, 1876 by A.C.L. Carlyle. Sir Alexander Cunningham, page 127. If you look at this map here, you have the Buddhist influence in the dark, like the reddish, the pink, the dark pinkish, and you have Hindu Buddhist influence in the green, and then the arrows are the spread of Buddhism around 500 BC to 600 AD, 1100 years. They will show the migrations of Buddhism, moved around through Greater Asia and settled in the Far East. And Hindu Buddhism spread southward into the southern Asian countries. In the era before Buddhism came to China, there were no barbarian deities in the Emerald Seas. Everyone revered the teachings of Confucius and Lao Tzu because there was no barbarian or barbarian Buddha. Then a golden man appeared in a dream of Emperor Han Mingdi. I don't know how to read that reference. Okay, while he slept at night, and Fu Yi, responding to an imperial request, determined that the man was a barbarian deity. During the later Han, there were no Buddhists in the Central Plain. Only a fraction of the barbarian of the Wei and Jin were believers. I've heard that Sakyamuni, the historical Buddha, was born in India, Nepal to be exact, and that many of Buddhism's practices come from the Western barbarians. You see, they even smeared the barbarian's name. Barbarians don't have a good name. Barbarian is compared to and indicative of barbaric, meaning bloody and archaic, useless rebel rousers who cause trouble for no reason at all. You see, this is what I'm talking about. They do these things to confuse you and then to get all of these self-hating, destructive people to kill each other and kill themselves at the same time. They want everybody to fight against each other. And especially they want everybody to fight against these brown brothers here. You see? They want a world, they want to usher in World War III, is what they're trying to do. So in the Western regions, barbarians are born out of mud. From that time forward, the evil barbarians multiplied and flourished, and the majority of them mixed together with the Han. The Buddha is a household ghost of one particular clan and cannot simultaneously act as a ghost for other lineages. How can a living Han be urged to give offerings to a dead barbarian? This is a case of cheapening a bright jewel, Confucianism. See? Confusedism. Confused. They're confused. I ask that the heretical teachings of the barbarian deity, the Buddha, return to India and all the monks be sent back to their hometowns. That's from the Ethnic Identity in Tang, China by Mark S. Abramson, page 59. Ethnic cleansing, genocide. I wouldn't do that if I were you. You have paid already and you're going to continue to pay if you continue your actions today. So you have here a map of China, India, Burma, Laos, I know, Nanning, lots of places. The evidence of the early text suggests that Siddhartha Gautama, or Sambo'S, was born into the Shakya clan, a community that was on the periphery, both geographically and culturally, of the northeastern India subcontinent in the 5th century BC. Let me make sure my mic is on because I got a bad habit of turning that thing off for some reason. Hold on, trying to get in here. Sambo, it's the great Sambo. What's going on? Yeah, so we can learn some Hebrew too while we're on the show. Great. Now, Gatya Sambo'S, also known as Sambo'S, Shakyamuni, or simply the Sambo'S, was a sage on whose teachings Buddhism was founded, or Sambo Judaism was founded. He's believed to have lived and taught mostly in eastern India sometime between the 6th and 4th centuries BC. That's a good place to stop and wonder if Sambo Judah's mic is connected so he can introduce himself. Peace, Barbara Ford, Pickaninny Gold Mine. We talking about restoring Sambo Judah's reputation, Gold Mine. Yo, to Domo Natrix. Shalom fam. I'm at work listening to the show tonight about 10, 11 Eastern time, so I can pull up. Pull up.
Shalom, brother Claim. How you doing, brother?
Who populating?
It's Brother Judah.
I know that.
Oh, I'm just saying, peace, brother. I'm tuned in. Just, thanks for letting me on, brother.
The question for the immortal army of Yah is, who is populating? The correct answer is not Esau. So since you're on mute, I'm gonna get to another place where I can stop, and then we can chat box it. So the word Buddha means awakened one, or the enlightened one. Sambo Judah is also used as a title for the first awakened being in an era. In most Buddhist traditions, Sambo Judah is regarded as the supreme Sambo Judah. Pali Sama Sambuddha. Sanskrit, you can say these better than I can. Samyaksam Buddha of our age. Gautama Buddha, Wikipedia. All right, you want to try your hand at some of these words here?
No, you're pronouncing them right, bro. We were just discussing this on Sister Devanya's page today. Same thing, bro.
What this exact? Listen.
Yeah, the same thing, bro. Same thing you're talking about. We had Brother Wise, there's Devanya, Sister Barbara, Sister Amber. Same thing you're talking about, bro.
Man, I knew those people were geniuses. That's what's happening. That exactly what's happening. All right, so here we go with the blue skin again and the red skin. You see? That's how they separate you. They separate blackness into blue and red when it's all supposed to be black. You understand? Or very brown. Sakya, or Sakya, derived or descended from the Sakas. Hold up, we got a new visitor that done pulled up on us. It's the Op. Who populated?
Shalom, Malak. Peace, brother.
I had to jump on because I was blocked in the chat, so I just jumped on.
I think I might have to block everybody so they can jump on at the same time. But you gotta answer this.
Smart.
You gotta answer this question correctly, brother. Who populating?
Who's populating?
Yep.
As far as what? Babies?
That's the wrong answer, brother. So the correct answer is not Esau. That is the question that we offer to the immortal army of Yah, whose primary goal is to search out and seek out the 144,000 virgin men who is going to be having incredible power based on their repentance and never sinning and their incredible favor with the Most High. You understand? So Sakya derived or descended from the Sakas, from whom the historical Buddha came. Whence his honorific Sakyamuni, sage of the Sakyas. Many people of the Sakya tribe followed the Buddha after his enlightenment. That's Professor Michael Weitzel, one of the world's leading Indologous. He said, the name of the Buddha's clan, the Sakya, cannot be separated from the designation of the northern Iranian Saka. You see, we all over the place. Northern Iranian Saka can't be separated. That entered India only after circa 140 BC via Sistan. That's from the Backhand Shambhala blog spot. They be backhanding people. Central Asia, ancient India, in the dark. Aryan invasions about 1500 BC are the Arrows. So the Aryans are the black people who came in and invaded India and then settled there and ruled there, present day boundaries and mountains. So, moving on, Parthian Empire, right here. The Pallavas, Indo-Parthia, the Kushans, the Mathuras, and etc. The Sakas, the Indo-Scythians, the Gera, and the Mazun. Click here to view the interactive map. I won't be doing that at this time. Iran, Pakistan, Sistan, Baluchistan, the Balochistan. So here we got the Indo-Aryan migration. That's what we just witnessed. See, they migrated in 1750 BC, and then invaders, the Aryan invaders came in as well in 1500 BC. So this is Hindu Kush right here, and this is the plateau of Iran. This is the Deccan Plateau and the Vindhya Mountains. This is the Ganges River, the Bay of Bengal, the Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean. This, you know, the classical arena for a lot of biblical action. And so, you know, the indigenous population can miss me with their information unless they got some sources. Mr. Elliott considers the Tashaka to have been Buddhist Scythians from the north who invaded India, directly connected to the Buddha and therefore a Sakya princess. Thus, the successive rulers of Lanka being Sakyas of royal blood and connected to the Buddha, Sambo'S, they not only became great patrons of Buddhism, but also commanded high respect from Indian rulers. And this comes from the history of ancient Aryan tribes in Sri Lanka. Yaksas, Nagas, Devas, Sakyas by EMC Amun Nugama, page 275. And it's a golden, this is this guy. It's a golden ibex from the hat. Okay, the Saka leader from the Isik Kurgan. Saka scripture on silver vase. See, it's written up and down. That's how they write. Golden ring representing the sun god. I told these people that they should never worship the sun. Now, this hat looks quite slappable. I understand. Looks like we need to backhand this hat off of this mannequin. Not going to do that at this time because it's impossible. But see, these grandmothers, these queen mothers, they are inadvertently and ignorantly worshiping the sun with those silly hats. And I don't appreciate people fooling them that way. You got the uncles It got the same rhythm as the Queen Mothers, and it looked kind of swaggy in these outfits here. There's some good color they got going on there. Got a backhand hat right here on this mannequin, and this brother here inadvertently worshiping the sun. A royal Scythian and an Oba chief of Nigeria. So these guys, they're dressed similar, and that means that they are from a similar family.
Canaanites.
Go right ahead. Is that Ak who said Canaanites?
No, that was Judah. I know all mysteries.
You know all the mysteries.
All mystery systems. I know.
Are you saying that this is a mystery system of the Canaanites, and that this family are Canaanites?
Yes.
Brother, I'm gonna need you to understand who's populating, and it's not Esau. So, this entire article lays a flawless case down that Israelites, that these are Israelites. So, catch me up on when I showed a Canaanite invasion. Are you speaking about the Aryan invasion? I figured you wouldn't answer that. Presentation of reconstruction of soccer. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Aryan invasion is a later invasion. The original inhabitants of East India, who are Canaanites, had established already their mystery system. So the people who came in later on, falsely called Indo-Europeans, came in and just assumed control, but they are a later invasion.
What was the name of their mystery system?
Sun worship and penis worship.
Okay, Zoroastrianism, and I don't know what penis worship is called. Homosexuality?
No, the heathen. It's like the Torah says. The heathen understood that they knew that the penis was the fountain of life, as they called it, a fountain of life, because it ejaculated sperm, which is the seed, and they understood that the earth was represented by the vagina represented by the earth. So the earth received the seed. So this is where all your mystery systems, your Freemasonry, your Canaanite religion, your Egyptian religion, your whatever, this is where it all comes from. It's all the same thing, all of it.
Yeah, that thoroughly confused the Buddhists, the early Buddhists, and they too became Zoroastrian and homosexual.
Did the Zoroastrians keep the commandments?
They worship the sun mostly. That's a major faux pas, or what do you call it, non-kosher, or whatever you call it, illegal activity. So
did it start in Japan?
No,
I was just looking at it. Oh,
Zoroastrianism started in
Persia,
Iran. Yeah, then it moved to Persia.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
But actually, really started in Sumeria with Nimrod.
Yep, that's a fact. And that probably happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because that's where that virgin birth concept came from. When Nimrod died, his wife she slept with one of his servants, and then she came through talking about, I'm born virgin, miraculous birth, and this baby is Nimrod in all actuality. He came back through my womb, and that's where that virgin birth concept came from.
Do you have the ability to prove what you just said?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so share your screen while I'm reading, and then once you got it up, let me know. Let's go. It might
All
take
right.
a
Yeah.
little while to
Let's continue.
find
Go
it.
ahead.
While he's doing that, I like your show, Claim. I like your
Okay,
show.
thank you.
No, but you get into
Man, that means a lot.
Claim. See, no, because I won't be on YouTube soon because I'm leaving. But while I'm here for my last few remaining months, I like brothers that get into the high science. And the things you're touching on right now, this is above the average Negro's pay grade mentally. And so I appreciate it, brother. You know what I'm saying? No matter what nobody say, brother, you bringing out real spill. So I appreciate you, brother. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. You're not gonna be flying through the roof with your views because what you're talking about is above the average Negro's mental pay grade. So, but believe you me, as a reincarnated being, I'm telling you, bro, you're on the right path, brother.
Yeah, not a problem with the views because if I just knew how to turn up like young Pharaoh, then my views would be through the roof. But I just don't have that type of energy.
He's an idiot. That you notice that guy will never debate anybody.
No, he doesn't.
Young Pharaoh and I have the same friends. We have mutual friends.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in contact with them and he's in contact with them at the same time, he runs away. Because Sarah Suit City, Young Pharaoh, all of them, they all know who I am. They know. Like the Israelite community only thinks of me as, oh, this is Judah Nazareth. These other niggas are like Masons and like Freemasons and witches and warlocks. They know exactly who and what I am. They know. While they may not express it to the public, they know. And so I'm telling you, don't worry about all them views and shit. Those are not smart people. Those are dummies. Those are women and dumb niggas listening to dumb shit. So don't be fooled. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see brothers who are like myself coming on, seeing what you're talking about, and I join your panel because I enjoy what you're talking about, is because you're talking about a high science or a high knowledge, a high understanding. So I'll join on and sit in your council and listen. I'm not gonna listen to a goddamn Lex Vortex and this goddamn Cracker Love Freemason bullshit because he doesn't even understand what the fuck he's even talking about. But I'm sorry, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And he's stuck on one particular aspect of Albert Pike's plan, which is to usher in the World War III, just cause as much chaos as possible.
Yeah,
and then they expect us to clean it up, but
going against the Most High and his new world order, everybody joined together. That shit is fucking dead.
Mm-hmm. No, the new world order is ordained. It's just that it's going to be hit with great force with the asteroid, the feet of the Babylonian statue, the head of bronze and the arms of silver and the body. The head of gold, the body of silver, the legs of bronze, and so forth and so on. That statue is going to be hit with great force with the Israelites. So our great force is just our mouth, you know what I mean, and exposing stupidity, like Lex plans. For clearly he was hired by Barack Obama. You understand? So it's just so silly what he thinks he's going to do.
Or Albert Pike the third or the fourth, because that stone that struck the toes of the image of the beast, which is iron and clay, the iron and clay mixed together is your so-called New World Order. But it says in the time of these kingdoms, a stone came and struck them, and that's us. And then that little stone that struck the toes became a great mountain. That's Isaiah chapter 2. It became a mountain. So these idiots are fighting against something they can't even stop. But keep going, Clayton. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to show the steel definition because the iron and clay is the steel, because steel is iron and clay. What's the word I'm looking for? Composition? Steel composition. That's what I want to
Oh,
look up.
the mixture? You saying?
Yep. That's the iron and clay or the statue.
I might think of my Daniel. Yeah, you might think that. Was it Daniel? Was that 2 or 3? I think.
Yeah, steel is an alloy of iron and carbon.
Yes.
So that's the iron and clay that they saw. They didn't know how to describe it because steel was not a word back then. So we got but I appreciate that more than you know. So presentation of reconstruction, reconstruction. That's country of soccer warrior to the president of Republic of Korea. Niggas is bossed up, bro. So there's another dude that got a backhand hat on his head that needs to be slapped off. I don't care who feels a way about it. So I'll be slapping all of these hats off of these people's heads, backhanding them. I won't touch their body. I just slap their head off their head. I hope they get upset because I'm just in a fighting mood today. An effort has been made to trace Buddha himself to a Scythic origin. He belonged to a royal stock of Sakyas. And the Chinese records supply an intermediate link between his birthplace. Somebody saying something?
No, I got that
Okay, before I get into this long paragraph, let's take a look at what you need to prove here. Stop sharing. You share yours. Oh,
hold on. It's on my
okay.
computer.
Let me see
He
if
says,
I can make it big. Hold on a second. How you do that? Hold up. Hold up. Right there.
it says in the year 3000 BC in Babylon was a woman who is known as Semiramis, Ishtar, or Easter, other names in English. The Bible refers to as Ashtaroth and Ashtarati. Many called her Semi-Ramses, which became queen of Babylon. Semi-Ramses, it had adopted a child as a child, which called him Nimrod. According to the Bible, Nimrod was a descendant of Adam and great grandson of Noah through the line of Ham. It was a natural son of Cush, but legally heir of Shem. Can be seen in the episode of the Tower of Babel. She was the mother of Nimrod, but later became his wife. The Babylonians came to regard as a goddess Semiramis. All they wanted closer to Semiramis and enjoyed the privileges of the county. Had to bring the newborn child Semiramis to Nimrod, called a cult. The worship of Nimrod was called Moloch. Moloch worship carried the children in the body and soul and threw it at the stake. But part of the Babylonians were in the agreement and not others. They chose to kill Nimrod and succeeded. When her husband was killed, she reportedly became the ruler of the kingdom from him. But like many of his subjects, did not believe that Nimrod was the god Perigul he had claimed to be. Semiramis feared losing control over them. She knew she had to come up with something that looked like a great miracle, something that would fill the people with wonder and really show that Nimrod was a god. Semiramis acted quickly to bed with one of his priests and being pregnant led to believe that all the Babylonians god Nimrod had been reincarnated in it. Right there, there you go. He slept right there. That's where the virgin
Okay.
birth came from.
It doesn't say
She
anything about
said
the virgin birth,
9 months
but
later.
what's
Hold on, right here. 9 months later, born child, and the child is put as a name Tammuz, born 25th of December in the year 3005 BC. December 25th was the shortest day of the year in the northern hemisphere and marked the moment when the days began to lengthen again. By associating with the sun god Nimrod, Semiramis proclaimed that the day as a birth of sole evergreen tree, symbol of a life amid the dead of winter, began to engage in the celebration as a symbol of the rebirth of Nimrod. So she told those people that she miraculously had a baby, and that's when they started worshiping this. But I got that off of this site. I don't know how to say it, but Blogspot, Jesus versus Nimrod. That's where the virgin birth came from. You see all these people, these are all the people that claim that they have virgin births.
That's none of that is true. However, that what you just read doesn't say anything about a virgin birth. It says that he was reincarnated. She claimed that he was reincarnated, and that was miraculous for them. You understand what I just said?
Yeah, I heard what you said, but it says like she knew that she had to come up with something that looks like a great miracle, something that
Right.
would fill the people up with wonder and really show that Nimrod was a god. So she got pregnant, and then she came back saying that he was reincarnated through her
Reincarnated.
womb.
That's
Watch, right,
right.
hold on.
Reincarnated. That's exactly right. Reincarnated, not
This
virgin.
was exactly what the evil woman needed to carry out its ambitious plan. She let the word out that the baby had no human father, but he
Got
had
it.
been given to be by a magical being of the great sun god, the
Okay,
T of
great.
Tammuz,
Okay.
the
I'm
origin of
glad
the
you
cross of the Roman Church.
good. So you got to that part. Good, good. You proved that you remember something such of this nature that claims that she claimed that Nimrod was a reincarnated virgin birth. I'm glad you
Yeah.
did that, and I'm explaining that I don't believe that site for 1 second. You understand?
Okay, just denial.
Not in denial. When you read their actual records, their primary source records, you'll never see any such claims of virgin births in those 5 virgin birth archetypes. You understand what primary record means, right? Like either written by themselves or somebody wrote about them that lived exactly at their time, not some crazy guy that lives today that is regurgitating zeitgeist information.
Okay, you can continue.
Okay. So let me get back to share my screen. An effort has been made to trace Buddha himself to the Scythic origin. He belonged to a royal stock of Sakyas, and the Chinese records supply an intermediate ink between his birthplace in Bengal and the supposed, oh yeah, shout out to Devanya, who populating, pull up, pull up to the panel. I heard y'all was talking about this the other day, and I'm sure you had some great insight into the information. All right, so what was it? It is inferred from them that a branch of the Scythian hordes who overran Western Asia about 625 BC made its way to Patala on the Indus, the site selected by Alexander in 325 BC for its headquarters in the Delta, and still the capital of Sind under the name of Hyderabad. Hyderabad. One portion of these Patala Scythians went westward by the Persian Gulf to Assyria. Another section eventually moved northeast into the Gangetic Valley and became the Sakyas of Kapilavastu, among whom Sambo Judah was born. His dying command that he should be buried according to the old custom of his race, and a mound erected over his remains, is opposed to the Indo-Aryan form of obsequies by cremation. But it is essentially in accord with the Scythian mode of disposing of the dead. In the topes or funeral mounds of Buddhism is seen a reproduction of the royal Scythian tombs of which Herodotus speaks. It is therefore argued that the Christian fathers trace back by no accident the Manichaean doctrine to one Scythianus, whose disciple Terebinthus took the name of Buddha. Whatever may be the value of this conjecture, the influence of the Scythian dynasties in northern India is an historical fact. And this comes from the Encyclopedia Britannica, volume 12, by William Harrison Dupois, T.S. Baines, page 789. Oh, we got more. You just hold on to your silly hat, and we coming. An effort has been made to trace Buddha himself to a Scythic origin. He belonged to a royal stock of Sakyas, and the Chinese records supply an intermediate link between his birthplace in Bengal and the supposed home of his race in Central Asia. It is inferred from them that a branch of the Scythian hordes who overran Western Asia about 625 BC made its way to Patala on the Indus, the site selected by Alexander in 325 BC for his headquarters in that delta, and still the capital of Sind under the name of Hyderabad. Yeah. One portion of these Patala Scythians went westwards by the Persian Gulf to Assyria. Another section eventually moved northeast into the Gangetic Valley and became the Sakyas of Kapilavastu, among whom Buddha was born. That comes from the Encyclopedia Britannica in 1902. You got another silly hat. Shakyamuni is the name given to the historical Buddha. In Japan, he's known as Shaku-san, or more commonly Shaka or Shaka Nyori, meaning the Buddha. Gautama, also known as Sakyamuni, or Shakyamuni, sage of the Shakyas, is the key figure in Buddhism. Greek Skytha, or Persian Saka, Sanskrit Shakya, Japanese Shaka, these are the Scythian sages, or the Buddhas. You see? These mannequins have on silly hats. I don't mind this one. You can keep that one on, because if I try to backhand it off your head, I might hit your head, and I don't want to do that. So this one needs to go. Clothing from the royal tombs of the Scythians. More silly hats. Migrations of the northern kingdom of Israel. In this map, you got the light pink is the Assyrian Empire. The dark pink is the exiled Israelites area. And they were exiled in this direction under the first deportation, which would be the northern kingdom. And then you have the early migrations of them that just went everywhere. The later migrations did the same, just kept going around Greater Asia. The early migrations and the first deportation into the Assyrian captivity. In this map here, we got Yuchi, Gandhara, Kaxila, Sakastan, Scythian Kingdom, Iberia, Benagala, the Western Ratrapas. You got the Himalaya Mountains, and so forth. So Mr. Elliott considers the Takshaka to have been Buddhist Scythians from the north who invaded India. The Encyclopedia of India and of Eastern and Southeastern Asia, Volume 1, by Edward Balfour, page 1184. These guys, this is some good art. So this is a modern remix of some picture that they haven't shown in the article. So this is my Libri Aussie in 1785. My Libra Aussie. So that's my Libra Australian. I don't know what that means. Then again, the word Shaka and Shakya are brought forward in defense of the Scythian myth, and Shaka Muni Buddha is even spoken of as the Scythian reformer of Brahmanical abuses. That's from the Imperial and Asiatic Quarterly Review and Oriental and Colonial Record, page 384. So, brother, what's my Jamaican brother name from the Butter Knife crew? You need to sit down and stop hating. Now,
Garfield
can't read. So the Smurfs symbolize black Scythians wearing the Phrygian cap. That's what the Smurfs represent. You see? So, like I told you multiple occasions, the blue is to throw you off from the black. You see? And instead of giving them red hats so that it'll catch on faster to you, they gave them blue hats in the cartoon.
Hey, Brother Clink, could I cut in for 1 second, please? Just 1 second.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, I don't want to be rude, brother, because I love the build. I've been drinking beer, so please forgive me.
Go ahead.
Please. I won't be on. I had the feeling that the Most High wants me to pull back from YouTube. I feel that I'm telling you on your channel, and I love the way your channel has doesn't have 160,000 views, because you know what I mean. I can say what I want, and it's it's either they're gonna have to come back to your channel to see what I'm saying to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Most High is directing me in another path.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the way YouTube works and the algorithms and the shadow banning and all the crazy stuff. And I'm trying to get a debate with Captain Tazariak on ISUPK with Saul Netter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really funny because Saul Netter and I have actually kind of buried the hatchet with our beef, even since it's in the pod. Hold on, watch this. It ties into you too, bro. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problems against Yahweh Shah the Nazarene. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Only problem is you can't make him the Messiah of everything. You can't say, well, he's King Solomon. He's the cloud that was over the tabernacle. He's this. He's Daniel. No, he came at his time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how the Most High always did. It wasn't the person that was important. It was the spirit that was on the person that was important. It wasn't Moses that was important.
Right.
Moses was just a man, but the Most High put the spirit in Moses.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High put the spirit on Joshua, his successor, and subsequently, all throughout, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this plan where YouTube has this thing where they're trying to block my page, shadow ban me, nobody sees my videos, I'm bringing out too much truth over it. But I'm trying to appeal to Saul Netter. who is not really my enemy. He bangs on the Bible, but like other people are scared to debate. I'm not scared to debate the camps. In fact, I've been beating the camps up for years. This is how I got well known. Now, just give me a second. Sonnetter said, well, you know, I don't know you. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's saying that because, you know, whatever. Maybe he wasn't paying attention to like what's going on in outside world. But anybody who's been watching for the past 7-8 years, you would know Judah Nazareth has been like whipping ass, taking names, taking skulls, put them on sticks, whipping ass. Whether you're Christian, Muslim, whatever the fuck, wherever you are. Give me a second. Hold on. So, you know, we have these camps that are saying like, yo, if you're not down with this camp, you're not in the truth. And I wouldn't necessarily say that's true. I'm not Rob Black who says, oh, well, you know, Yahweh Shah never existed. I would never say that. That's stupid. There's no way you're going to say a person who has this much impact on the earth never existed. Right? That's retarded. Right? So I'm not going to say that. I'm not one of them like, oh, Yahweh Shah never existed. He had to exist. He had to have existed. He had this much impact on the world where we are still talking about him in November 2020.
Tuesday.
You know what I'm saying? Now look, what I'm saying is, I'm gonna say this on your channel because it's small right now. It'll probably go bigger. Maybe people will figure it out, whatever. I'm telling you right now, when I was a child, I was having dreams of me. Like there were these strange dreams of me floating around and trying to get out of locked rooms and all sorts of crazy stuff. As I got older, the vision and occurrences got even more severe, to the point where I had to pray to the Most High that He would take certain visions from me because I wasn't able to handle them. I can handle the wisdom, but I couldn't handle the visions of what I was seeing. Now hold on, give me a second. Hold on.
That happened to me. I did the same thing. I told the Most High to make me stop dreaming, and I stopped dreaming for years. But go right ahead.
Well, that's what happened to me. My visions were so deep that I had to pray to the Most High to stop. And when I was sleeping, I took a nap after I prayed. I could feel there was an angel beside me that like threw like, it wasn't like a blanket. He threw something on me and it took away all the whatever this was that was scaring me and having me anxious, whatever. There's a lot more. I'm not talking about it right now because I'm not trying to be long-winded. I'm not going to be around for long. What I'm saying is, on your channel, I do believe that I am a reincarnated being. When I say that, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Judah Nazareth was alive the way I look, because it doesn't matter the person. It's the spirit on the person.
That's right.
Right? The spirit on the person. So it's not me, is what I'm saying. Like, people got to like realize that. What I'm saying is, in a time of extreme darkness, the Most High will put the spirit on someone who will put the light. And what happens is, the irony is, the people are so used to darkness, they will fight against the light. They will acknowledge it. Yeah, there is a light, but we don't agree with it.
Turn that light off.
Yeah, right? Yeah. They acknowledge it. Yeah. What he's saying is, it makes sense, but like we don't agree with him. We don't like him. So I'm saying this for my last few remaining months, for everybody out there, I'm trying to support everybody that's out there that's sincere and believe in the Most High. I don't believe in no Old Testament, New Testament. That's some white man shit. I don't believe in that. The Nazarene Yahweh Shah was teaching the same thing that David was teaching, the same thing. So if you say, I don't believe in Jesus, well, do you don't believe in David? You don't believe in Moses? He was teaching the same thing. Yeah, that's what he was reading from. He was teaching from that. He wasn't reading from the Book of Mormon or the Quran. He was reading from the Torah and the prophets. So what I'm saying is, when I came, I taught from the Torah and the prophets. And I was like, yo, what the Nazarenes teaching you is real. Renew your mind. Sacrifice yourself. And what I mean by that is put away your old carnal self and live for the Most High. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is nothing different. It's not new. It was told by quote unquote Jesus before I came. Judah, you're like trying to exalt yourself. No, I'm not, because I'm going to disappear. So you're not going to like be worshiping me or exalting me. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to go to white people only because I want to see if they understand the science. I get it. Give me 1 second. The so-called Negro is unable to understand who is before him. To the so-called Negro, Judah Nazareth is, you're just a religious zealot, and you're not listening to what I'm telling you. I can sit with any doctor, any mathematician, any scientist, and talk Torah, and they're gonna be like, "Hot damn, this is amazing, nigga. How the fuck you?" But our people are saying, "Yo, quote unquote prophets are not recognized amongst their own people or in their own town. They're not, because every niggas are like, "Oh, I know him. I know this nigga. He ain't no prophet. He ain't no." That's what you think. But to other people who are not with you, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck? I never heard any of this before, nigga. What were you saying about the temple again?" That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying this now on your channel. I'm like, yo, I work very, very calculated. Okay. Clang a small channel. It's like what 10, 20 viewers, not very many people. If I start to tell the truth, if anyone says anything to the world at large, they're gonna say, I don't believe it. It does two things. Either they're gonna come to your channel and watch it, or be like, I don't believe it. But those who heard what I said. When I say I'm a reincarnated being, that doesn't mean that Judah Nazareth, who you're looking at in this picture, that was me walking around 1,000 years ago too. No, it was somebody else, but the same spirit was put on that individual, and he was talking the same thing. So the people who are saying, well, I believe in the Messiah, do you? Because if he showed up, would you know him? If he showed up, would he be talking more than I'm telling you? Not you, Claim. I'm talking to the people. Is somebody going to show up talking more in depth of the Torah, and you're going to sit down and listen to him? Oh, Judah wasn't teaching deep enough. I need someone teaching deeper than him. You're not going to listen to him. The most I was like, okay, I'm going to test you. I'm going to put him right in front of you. You're going to be thinking, Jesus. He's going to look like you. He's going to talk like you. He's going to shit, slip, sleep, piss, shit, curse, rap. He's going to do everything that any human being does. But the spirit I put on him is going to be incredible. And it's going to be unmatched. I've been on YouTube for years. I've been unbeaten. No matter what these niggas say, everybody knows you niggas, not you, but these niggas have not beaten me in the Torah, because it's not me. I didn't write the Torah. The Most High did, but I defend it. They have not beaten me in the Torah. So I'm just going to say this before I close. I am challenging Tazariak from ISUPK because he said, I will debate a so-called Old Testament, even though there's only one Testament, the Ten Commandments. I will debate a so-called Old Testament, blah, 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 blah. Claim. If Tazariak acquiesce or he accepts, on my word in Yahweh, I will shout you out. I will call out your channel, and for everyone to direct them to your channel to hear your teachings, because I'm not in it for my glory. I'm in it for the Most High's glory. But while I'm on there, if Tazariak, who I beaten him before, I beat Tazariak. He said that Hebrews 10 and 10, that Christ was a sacrifice for all time. I beat him on his own Cross the Line channel. He started calling me bitches and blah, 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 and they took that live stream down. Now I'm saying, Son Netter is looking for a quote unquote Old Testament, even though I'm not an Old Testament Israelite, I'm an Israelite, to debate Tazariak. What I'm saying is, I'm going to rinse Tazariak. I'm going to beat him so bad. There's going to be no fake judges to save him. There's going to be none of that shit. It's going to, if Son Letter says, yes, Judah, you have been the people's champ for 7, 8 years. You've been putting in work. You're so quote unquote internet famous. Everyone knows you. Rappers know you. Muslims know you. Christians know you. Israelites know you. They know you. They know you. I know all these niggas. I know Daylight, Goods, Head Ice. I know these niggas. They'll tell you, like, yeah, he's the nigga says he beats. I talk to this nigga. Griselda, I know these niggas. I just don't be talking about it online. Because the niggas be like, oh, you nigga, you bragging. I'm saying I'm willing to debate on Sandra's channel, who is the king of black media on YouTube, Tazariak, in a debate. I will give you a shout out, Brother Claim. I would direct people to your channel to subscribe and to like, and that you can continue on uplifting and bringing up the Israelite truth. What I'm saying is, it's my time to go. I put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, a lot of grief, a lot of trouble, a lot of strife, a lot of contention. I get no help. It's just me alone. And I feel within my heart, the Most High is saying, you know what? You did enough. You did it. I gave you a test. I let people talk about your family. They called you gay. They called you a CIA agent. They called you a Freemason. They called you a witch. Talked about your kids. Called your kids ugly. Hope they died. This, that, and the other. I endured all of it. What I'm saying is, when I go out, I'm going to smoke Tazariak so goddamn bad. They might kick the nigga off the group. But I want you, Claim. I want you to continue on pushing the boundaries of this Israelite truth. It's never going to go anywhere. And when I disagree, please, I'm begging you, brother, please, just keep my memory alive that I strove for our people. I loved our people. I wanted our people to be enlightened, but I wasn't appreciated. Maybe they will listen to you, brother. And I hope they do listen to you, because they don't listen to me. I hope they listen to you, Claim. I hope that you bring out enough wisdom and knowledge, understanding that people were, the people were like, yo, this is crazy. Like, yo, dude's like bringing out proof. This is not some religious spookism. The Claim's bringing out like facts. So I'm praying that you bring out and you be the best Claim inheritance you could be, and that you bring out information for our people, and that you be a great moderator, and that you do what you're doing, because it always starts small. That don't mean it's going to remain small. Claim you ain't one being fucking young Pharaoh number 2. You don't know, but I pray that you are successful in your endeavors. I hope that the brothers from the War Machine at least humble down, because I'm not picking sides. You're all my brothers. I'm not going to go against you, because you have done nothing to me. You talk crazy, but I mean, what we all do. But you're still my brother. I love you. You're still my brother. You're doing a great job. I support you, brother. And I hope Yahweh blesses you. And I hope that the War Machine, at least those of the War Machine that are humble, will mend their ways with their brother Claim, the inheritance. Because me and Claim, when I met Claim, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Me and Clay was talking for like what was it, like 3 hours? You remember that shit?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't know you, but me and you was just chopping it up, just talking for like hours. I didn't know Claim at all, and I still remember. The brothers I chopped it up with on a personal level. Me and Claim chopped it up for like hours. So you're not gonna like turn me against the brother. Me and the brother had a one-on-one. And we talked for hours. We ain't got to agree on everything. We ain't robots. We're grown men. But we're Israelites. We're brothers. And you know what I'm saying? I'm on his channel right now. I ain't trying to take it over. I'm just trying to get my little piece in before I mute my mic. And I want everyone to subscribe, support this brother, You know what I mean? I hope this brother increases. Come on, claim it. If you gotta hold debates, do what you gotta do, bro. Increase your platform. Do what you gotta do. I won't be here. I'm a little bit older than you, bro. I'm a lot older than you probably, but I just believe the Most High has a different plan for me, and I want brothers who are worthy to claim my spot and take over and do what they're supposed to do. But Yahweh will bless, man.
I accept your mission. I will do my best to keep you in their memory. And your Temple Man science is on point. Sinetta doesn't know anything. You just but there could be understanding there that you are only famous in the Israelite community. You understand? So the famous people that know you, they don't speak in the geek world. You know what I'm saying? All the famous people that you know, they don't they don't talk about nothing geeky at all. All they talk about is just killing and robbing and doing whatever they do. So that might be a reason. Sonata here is already ignorant of the Israelite community, and you're one of the more famous people in the Israelite community. So that's just ridiculous that he didn't know you. So
Sarnetta claiming he an Israelite now.
I'm accepting your blessing from the Most High. Hopefully, I heard him say that before. What was his exact words?
He said he's like a couple weeks ago. He's like, man, I'm an Israelite, and I'm about to start exposing all these fake Israelites. The Most High called me to do this will. He said all gang of stuff.
Exposing
so yeah,
what? You're black.
He said he's
going
gonna
out a little bit.
Well, but he
said he's gonna start exposing the fake Israelites.
He was wearing an Ark today. He was wearing an Ark. Excuse me. He was wearing an Ark today.
He what?
Yeah, he claiming he an Israelite.
I mean,
you said he did what?
He was wearing an Ark today. The penis.
Oh yeah, that guy. I mean, he's 100% phony. So I understand that. So
at least he's you know what I mean. You gotta give brother something. He's trying to get right. He's trying to get right.
Yeah, he does say that often. That
might be. Yeah.
And the reason he says that is because he only really appreciates ISUPK, so he wants to expose anybody that's not in the ISUPK. I think he thinks that ISUPK has the right idea of how to unify the Israelites, and so the reason intelligent people don't get in the ISUPK is because we can read. You see, so that's how that goes. So Big O, one of my homies, you need to pull up. Just a pull up show. All right, is that all you wanted to say, Art?
Yeah. I was waiting for you to continue this little lesson you was doing.
All right, let's get back at it there. Yeah, so I appreciate.
So you saying that these people? My bad. My bad.
Yeah, I just wanted to let Judah know that I appreciate his announcement on my show. I got me an exclusive, my first exclusive. You know what I'm saying? And we go from there. But what you wanted to say?
All right. So you saying that these people that you're showing, they're Israelites?
Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to be caught up. Sitting there looking at it, checking it out.
So they got the Smurf hats on, and we don't like Smurf hats around here. I'll backhand any Smurf hat I see or any KFC hat I see on anybody's head anywhere at any time, as long as I don't touch their body or their head. A marabout of Niger, well, it's actually pronounced nigger. A marabout of nigger on the left wearing a Phrygian cap. That's what the Smurfs wear. They wear Phrygian caps. And as you can see, the Smurfs, the thief who created the Smurfs changed the hat to blue and changed their skin to blue. Or they wear white hats, right? On the Smurfs, I think.
No, they wear red ones. They wear red ones. Oh no, they wear
Oh,
white ones. You right. You right.
yeah,
They wear white
yeah,
ones.
yeah, they wear white Phrygian caps. That if I see Papa Smurf, I smack it off his head too. Smurfette too. I don't think Smurfette did she used to wear a cap? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
And she had blonde hair, but these people are black people. You understand? So it's just a lot of hating going on in subliminals, and they especially do it in the cartoons and among the youth in order to, get them young, get them confused young. So on the left, you got a Hausa man of Nigeria with a with hat compared to on the right the Chinese terracotta tomb soldier with the Phrygian cap. Like somebody already backhanded it, and it's lean. It's got a mean lean to it. We got the president of Black America all the way in the building. Hey yo! I said the president of Black America has entered the room. You may interrupt anytime you choose.
Brother Suave, shalom, brother.
Hey, yo, shout out to Clay, man. What's up, Judah, man? What's up, Akmalot? Peace to y'all.
Welcome, brother.
Real life, man. Glad to see y'all. Everybody in chat. That's what's up. It's another one.
Yes. Glad to see brother Suave, the Holy Prince on. Shout out to Sister Katrina. You know what I mean? Shout out to SVDL. You know what I mean? Word up.
Thank you so much, big bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, no interruptions. I'm in here soaking up the game.
Okay, that's all you wanted to say.
Right.
Any announcements you want to make? Give me an exclusive. Hit me with an exclusive.
An exclusive. 2 more songs produced. Beats by Bingos. Lyrics by Swab. We on the way to completing that album, fellas.
Wait, where's it at? Where's it at, bro? Come on, bro. Don't be. Where's it at, bro? Where can we find that?
Yeah.
On the way. OTW, bro. OTW. AOI business.
Well, come on, man. I need to hear. I'm a musician, bro. I'm a producer. I need to hear. I'm trying to keep abreast of my brothers, because y'all my peers. If Swab Boss and Blue and your niggas coming with some heat, all your niggas gonna do is get me inspired to keep up. So Swab Boss, brother, come on, brother. Don't be hot, brother.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. This fucked it up, but it's back on now, bro. So
okay.
like I'm getting through the album, man, and it's kind of turning out better than I expected because I got a whole new energy, clarity of mind, and I don't know. This content, bro, is off the chain. That's all I gotta say. Content, bro.
Right.
So let me ask Swab Boss, because I'm a musician and their brother's a musician too. Swab, like, how are you gonna promote? Like, are you going like what? Like, I know fucking what's that shit we use? SoundCloud. I mean, it helps, but like, I mean, like, what
I go through. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Like, we got a little fan base here locally in Gary, Indianapolis. We got a lot of Indiana, Northwest Indiana is like a college place, like almost Bloomington, all these different cities. So basically, we got a couple DJs that put it in rotation. Like, we market locally. Now, them people go through Instagram, Facebook, and all this stuff and promote for us. But we are focused locally on making sure we get Indiana behind us before we go out and try to impress anybody else. I'm strictly like focused on my local market because I want to take over. When you come here, I want it to be like when you go to New Orleans and hear Beck Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? No limit. Like, so I really can't even talk to the West Coast or down south or the East till I get the respect of my peers here. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be putting it out everywhere because, of course, I got all y'all brothers in different locations, and I could get the CDs and posters and flyers, places and stuff. And if some catch like that, it's a win. But as far as our marketing strategy right now, it's strictly internal, like our Facebook list, our Instagram list, and our personal DJ, you know what I'm saying, list. Because that's where it's at. Once you get on the radio around here, motherfuckers get on your job. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, what's your first what's your first single you dropping?
Affiliated.
Okay, affiliated. Do you have a video for that or no? We need some visuals.
Yeah. I'm doing videos for, I want to say, every song, because we our own crew. We got the cameras and everything. Shout out to Z Bradley on the film. So we gonna be shooting the videos, and we finna start shooting. Well, I can say small productions as far as like skits or movies, shit like that. Like we finna work, man. Once we come up out this cocoon, and I ain't gonna lie, we up out of it now, because everybody hitting everybody. It's like that time, so it's like kind of not our plan, but we here to fulfill it. But yeah, it's going down now that everybody getting in position and went through our trials, because it was a lot of negative shit that was around us. But it's like, I assume I think I could safely assume a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just, this was a cleansing period. Got a lot of bad people away from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now we know who the team, and that put a fire up on it. When you 20 deep and 18 niggas walk away, and then it's just you and one other. Let's kill it. Yeah, that's really been the process throughout these years. But yeah, bro. But I'll be at you, Judah, because I know that's your lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And salute to you, King. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, keep pushing that real street shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like me and Swab be going at it, whatever, but they ain't no hate. That's just me two niggas like talking shit. My brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, I support that nigga. That nigga can ask me anything he want. I'm gonna support the nigga. My wife gonna support.
All they do is get people to listen when you battles and stuff.
Yeah, and he inspire niggas. And nigga inspiring niggas. Let's Swab. First off, affiliated. That shit makes me hype. That shit makes me want to knock a nigga the fuck out.
Right. Because not supposed to do that. That's not the effect this is supposed to have.
No, I know, bro. But I'm from Cleveland, so me and Suave, we're from Midwest. We're Midwest niggas. So we're kind of like East Coast, kind of West Coast, kind of a little bit of South. We have our own little flavor, kind of like you know what I'm saying. So like,
facts.
I know what Suave is doing, because we're from that same little area or whatever, and his area is more defined musically than mine, because in Cleveland we got some motherfucking weirdos. You niggas might like Bone Thugs. I got a cousin in Bone Thugs. I think it's Wishbone's my cousin, but like that whole weird, like, that shit's kind of played out. Like, we need some like thorough shit that's like timeless. I ain't hating on Bone, like them niggas, but like, I'm all about this like underground scene that's gonna rise up to the top. And Swab's thorough. He's keeping at it. He's not giving up. We got other brothers like Blue.
He got now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When you building like that, how are you building?
Yeah.
And then it's very high quality. I'm talking about. On the top of mainstream rap, high quality.
Well, fuck mainstream. What he's doing, he's bubbling the underground to the top.
Real.
He putting that shit on the stove, and that shit is bubbling. So what Suave is doing is making me. And if you don't believe me, ask Bleedo and all them niggas. What Suave and them are doing is, I'm asking Blue, I'm asking Suave, I'm asking Lex. What your niggas doing musically? Because I'm bubbling some shit up, and I'm like, yo, look. I don't want to fucking get smoked. I'm not here to fight to lose. I ain't trying to fucking get smoked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me like hear what these niggas is doing. Let me make sure my shit is not sound like some old Curtis Blow ass outdated ass shit. What these other brothers doing? I'm 45. I'm older than Suave. So, you know what I mean? Like, the brother's a little bit younger than me. And I realized that, like, nigga, it's not about what I like and how I feel. And, you know, nigga, my time may have passed. You know,
Yeah, that's why they got this saying now to respect the youth. Respect the youth.
Yeah. Well, Suave's not the youth. I can agree that we all don't want to hear no young fucking wet behind the ears ass nigga talking about nothing.
A 15-year-old pill popper can teach me, man.
Right. We don't want to hear that. But we don't want to hear no old ass nigga with a motherfucking cane either. In a wheelchair talking about, you know, the glory days he never had. We want to hear about niggas is putting in work, putting in that real street shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but with the love vibe in it, all deep through it.
Yeah, that's why I focus on combining the streets instead of dividing it. You know, that's what I love that, and then it's a little bit of eldership to it. So it's like we've been creating the codes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how to do nothing else. Like that's what I do. It's game. And I look at a problem, I create the solution, and I give it to them. And it's like ain't nobody coming up with no solutions. It's just steady chants about the problem. You know what I'm saying? And so it's let's move like this. I got some subliminal, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm speaking to the man, I'm speaking to the women, and I'm speaking to the kids. But it's overall the project is gonna be like a real project. You know how you just get an album and it's just so many songs, the beat come on, chorus, verse, chorus, beat go out, and it ain't no unification to that. It don't feel like an album. Like I'm gonna get that album feel like we used to give a fuck about back in the day. You know
so cohesion is what you're talking about.
Yeah. Tell a story, bring you into my life. You know what I'm saying? Normalize me to you so that I could get my shit off on my second album. You know what I'm saying? And you already know what I'm talking about when I say certain shit. You know?
Who do you have any? Do you have any features for like brothers we know for this upcoming project?
I didn't allow any features on here because I owe the streets this album, but it's two people that I think gonna make it. One of them is a youngster from my city named Lou Rawls. He was just like one of the loyal youngsters that I've been seeing been rapping for a minute. And the other one is a Nuisance from Psychodrama. If anybody know who Psychodrama is, I got we working on getting her feature. Well, she already said she gonna do it with you, so we got the feature. That's the one dude that rhymed with Twister on that Adrenaline Rush.
Okay.
The group that he come from, she the female from that group. They like they from Chicago. Their name's Psychodrama if you want to look them up.
Okay. There's nobody, no blues, no off the blues, no. I mean, I know you know no Lex, but
I thought you were talking about the genre blues.
No. I mean, no. I mean, like I mean, he don't have to. I'm just saying, like it's suave shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Blue know I fucks with him, but I mean, as far as this project, nah, because it's like my solo album. That's why I didn't want no features on it. It's just the two people that got on there. You know, it just was a special condition. It wasn't even about who they were. It was what we've been through. So, like, I'm of course I'm simultaneous working on projects. I got Gary Napolis, which is a mixtape to combine my city with the capital, Indianapolis, because we've been beefing since the '80s, and like nobody want to move that what's the name. And then I told them, man, we need to make a SVDL album or something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I told him, man. We need to make an SVDL album, man. That should be
mixtape.
Me and Bleedo are trying to link up, and I'm doing some production. And you know, we're trying to, you know, because I got newer shit that's like no one's really heard, but I'm doing like sampled shit for a mixtape, whatever. And I'm trying to get Bleedo from JDS. He's down with Lex and them, and get Lex and Blue and whatever. I really don't do vocals too much, but I do vocals. But like, I'm trying to like get some SVDL shit. And I was trying to talk to Solo. I'm like, yo, man, like, bro, because niggas will like literally like follow suit. they'll follow suit. Like, oh, these niggas is doing that. Oh, nigga, we need to get on board and do, because we have a whole bunch of motherfuckers that are artists. Suave, a bunch of motherfuckers. Me, you, Blue, Lex. We got niggas in Tour Nights. We got other motherfuckers that be like, yo, G the man, like blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh well, shit, nigga, we got a motherfucking mixtape. What? We got a conscious community, nigga. Whatever you like, we got that shit. I ain't gonna be preaching, nigga. I'm talking like the shit that I experience in life. I ain't gonna be talking about the Bible, nigga. I leave that to the Bible. You know, the Bible's the Bible. When I come to the music,
yeah, I try to talk like that now. Like I be trying my best, but it's so hard. You know what I'm saying? I always have to say what the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? But that turns people's ear off. But if you just spit the straight wisdom from it, and they don't know where it came from, they be like, man, dang, that's pretty smart.
You smart as hell. Sprinkle jewels every now and again. Don't preach a nigga ear off. The nigga don't want to hear that shit when a nigga, you know. But sprinkle some jewels. They'll pick up on it if they smart. They'll be like, oh, this nigga just dropped some jewels on me, like, you know what I mean, like, you know. But that's us though. We can do that shit. Why? Because the Most High blessed us with that talent.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, all praises. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Word up.
Yeah, yet another beautiful build. My second exclusive that went very far and is still going. So now Gary Annapolis is just another bridge, and it's easy to drive over bridges. It's hard to burn them. You see what I'm saying? You got to go down there, get some kerosene, and then you got to sprinkle it all over the bridge, and then it's flame retarded because it's fucking concrete, nigga. Hard to burn bridges. But, you know, people remember when you tried to burn it. And you understand? And they got a real problem with that because they trying to get through that bridge safe and sound with no problems.
Facts.
Where was I? Okay, so you heard it here first. Listen carefully. I'm trying to offer reparations to my dear Uncle Sambo, and we need to eliminate the smear campaign that Uncle Sambo has gone through in his rest, in his eternal rest. You understand? So that's what I'm doing. This is part 2. Restoring Uncle Sambo's reputation. We have made it to another disrespect of the barbarians. The Chinese boys ethnically cleansed the barbarians from the China country. And so they have a Chinese depiction of a Western barbarian. And they, you know, they remember how they depicted them as fat brown people that had a extremely nonchalant demeanor, extremely relaxed demeanor, a super lazy demeanor. But that's not their true depiction. With 2 Faragana heavenly horses, one of Chinese earliest imported goods. And then here you go. You got that. We're back to this guy that is doing something strange. I don't know what he's doing. Then we got this guy here. He looked like he's staring at a flute. Like, what do I do with this flute? I think he knows how to play it. He looks like a professional flutist. All right. So all these facts appear to me to afford very strong and convincing reasons for believing that the Sakyas and Kasas and the Sakyas and Kasiyas were all originally derived from the same stock, the Israelites. Now, with regard to the name of the Sakyas, I must confess that I have long suspected that the word Sakya may not have been
a common Sanskrit term,
Wilderness camp.
or may perhaps originally not have been a word of Sanskrit.
Is there about a wilderness camp from?
Repeat that.
You can't use mine, you gotta use your own. Oh. Alright, I'll be back. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I got confused there for a second. Okay, which means Lord, let me see here. Even the term Saka, as applied to an era, was originally a word introduced to indicate a particular era, which was instituted by the great king Salivahan, who was also called Sakaditya, which means the Most High of the Sakas, as well as Sakari, enemy of the Sakas. Ain't that strange? But some think that it took its commencement from the date of a victory which was gained by Salivahan over a people called Sakas, who were supposed to have been Scythians. It would therefore appear to be a foreign word derived from a foreign people. That comes from report of tours in the central Doab and Gorakhpur in 1874-75 and 1875-76 by A.C.L. Carlyle, Sir Alexander Cunningham, page 132 and 136. And we have yet another, and we're still going. It looks like he has knives built in his shoes, but he's okay. Don't be alarmed. We got another racist depiction of a fat man on a elephant, and so this is a Chinese depiction, and we got a brother. Look like he's doing something there, and I don't know what he's doing. So then you got the brother holding up the Satan fingers for some reason. I don't know why. You should not do that. Then you got you got this smooth brother here with the straight hair. See, black people, that's what we had. We was always had straight hair at times. Some of our clan have straight hair. That's just how it works. So this is a Singpo warlike frontier tribe from Laos, a southern frontier of Assam. So he's a warrior. Then you got this old brother here with the Smurf hat. I don't like those. Thus, I think there is sufficient evidence that the religion of the Goths or Scythians was originally pure Buddhism. That Woden is the same as Buddha, and that the religion was corrupted and the character of the god in some measure altered during their progress westward, precisely in such a manner as might be expected from a warlike and roving people. Whether they migrated literally under the command of a chieftain or a succession of chieftains who assumed the title and claimed to be incarnations of Buddha, or figuratively under the supposed protection of the hero god of their fathers, is a question which at this distance of time cannot be positively determined, according to the writer of this article. But if I were to take a very close look at it, I could determine it. Smurf hats are illegal. And here we go with the star. He got the star tights on. Is a warrior. I better not disrespect him too tight, too heavy. The Buddha of Scythian, Sakya, Saka, Sake origin was also known to be a Negro in his appearance. Scythians were descendants of Israelites who are also known to be originally Negro in appearance. As a result, knowing the history of the lineal bloodline descent from the Israelites to Scythian, Sakya tribes makes it less surprising that Buddha would actually be Negro. This appears to be, I think this is Chinese, if I'm not mistaken. That's definitely not Japanese. Am I right there, Judah? Okay, so here we go. Moving on to the four-armed Buddha. See? They like to do stuff like this. And if you take a close look at this iconography, right? This is when they started making him the sun. But I think what they were seeing was something different. Let me show you what I think they were seeing. This is what I think they were seeing. The Mandelbrot set. And so, of course, what you notice in the very center of the Mandelbrot set is a depiction of a Buddha with a silly hat. You see? And so this is a equation that when you put the equation in the computer, you get an infinite amount of designs. You can zoom in forever and the designs will always change. So I think that's what they were looking at when they got this type of iconography in their minds. So they were able to tap into that bit of information and share it with us in ancient times. So now, the Buddha and the early Buddhists were Israelites. That's obvious. And we still have this same Mandelbrot iconography here that they assumed was the sun. But you should never worship the sun. And so except in the exceptional case of the king of Israel. And so you got the curly hair and you got the blue skin, which hides the blackness that should be depicted. So in the book of so that blackness is there. I was just double checking. Okay, in the book Anacalypsis, Godfrey Higgins states that the Jews of the kingdom of Judah of Asia Minor were a tribe and colony of black Buddhists from India. He was a smart guy. Alrighty, so we're looking here, and it looks like they're venerating Buddha, which I guess that's, since he was the king, I guess that's authorized. You are allowed to do that. We must also remember that Shlomo, an incarnation of wisdom, what? Who authorized you to say that? Okay, an incarnation of wisdom is closely connected with the wisdom of the Buddhists. Thus, we have the mount or house or habitation of Shlomo or Salima in India, or the country of Loud, or of Dod Potri, or of the sons of David in Persia, the Mazre, the mother Salima, and the same also in Palestine and in Asia Minor. All in some way or other connected with the tribe of Laudi. Can anyone believe all this to be the effect of an accident? Shlomo was the personification or incarnation of wisdom. And the Jews of Asia Minor were a tribe or colony from India of black Buddhists at or about the same time with the Laudi to Syria under the Brahmin. And that comes from Anacalypsis, an attempt to draw aside the veil of the Semitic Isis. That's in volume 1 by Godfrey Higgins, page 413 and 414. Look it up! So now, in this iconography, you can clearly see, oh, these are not flying things. These look maybe more like mountains, maybe. And so, but the chandelier definitely looks like flying things. And then you have a gang of black folk around the Buddha in the center with the same Mandelbrot iconography that people misinterpret as the sun. And then you have these sun discs behind the heads of other enlightened people all over the place. So the Hindu inscriptions in praise of Saka, the son of Isaac, and with Buddha's name of Sakyamuni, pointing to a Hebrew origin of Buddhism. So now, if you take a look at here, what we have here is another chandelier that kind of resembles Vermanas and other flying things. So they simplified it to simply the solar disk behind their heads, but they're all chocolatey, major chocolatey. Then they're holding their fingers like it's only a little bit. I only need a little bit. You see? Then you have, oh, they're getting lighter, huh? Okay, let's explore that. Then we got the brownies. Then we got the deep chocolaties. Then we got the Martians, green people, hiding the colors of the blackness. Clearly whitewashed the background that faded it, and whenever you fade it like that, it starts looking bleached. And a bleached color causes a pinkish hue. So now, if you take a look at these monks here, that's probably where you get the word monkey, because they want to smear the brown brothers, you see. Then you got these brothers here debating. It looks like he knows what he's talking about, though. He got the begging hands, and I think he knows that he's wrong. What you got here? Another brother saying he just wants a little bit. That's all he needs is a little bit. He's got on a dress that's quite swanky. Arya Subhuti. He was Brahmin, a native of Shreyasi of Kosala, India. He was famous for his deep understanding of Buddhist scripture and the nothingness of existence. I don't know who told you that, brother, but that's wrong. He was one of the 10 famous disciples of Sakyamuni and was called the most comprehensive one. Great title. Notice the name of the monk, Arya Subhuti, and compare it to the definition of Aryan below. The Aryans and the Saka Scythians were the same people. Therefore, the Aryans, Arya, were Israelites from the Assyria, Iran, Persia, and India. The Aryan definition, pertaining to or connected with something, as an arbitrary, elementary, honorary, military, sumptuary, or of nouns meaning one concerned with, or engaged in, or a thing connected with, or a place for something, as in antiquary, apothecary, dictionary, granary. Aryan definition number 2. Area, or Saka area, name by which the Sanskrit-speaking immigrants into India called themselves. Area, Old Persia area, name applied by the ancient Persians to themselves. Origin obscure. 1a, pertaining to the Aryans or their speech. 2 is a noun, a member of the Asiatic division of the Indo-European family, occupying India and Persia, or of the whole Indo-European family comprising chiefly the Hindus and Iranians, or Persians, and the Greeks, Italians, Celts, Slavs, and Teutons, whose languages are all alike, similar. Also, the original Aryan speech. All right, that's some great art right there. I know.
Hey, can I connect for 1 second?
Yeah.
The author of Anacalypsis, for his time, it was written in what, the late 1800s. He was a white guy that was proposing that there was a link. Now, bear in mind, Buddhism and all that is not really that old, and Hinduism. That's not actually true. Hinduism is pretty old, but Buddhism is not. But the guy was onto something during his time where people were saying that, yo, so-called blacks didn't do anything. And so he caught a lot of flack for saying, like, he was a little bit wrong, he was a little bit off. But what he was trying to make a link was like, hey, look, in the ancient world, you know what I mean? Like, you know, these ancient Hindus, these Israelites, you know, these Egyptians, you know, these Ethiopians, whatever, they were dark people. That was the point. So he caught a lot of flack during his time because people were like, yo, like, you know, there are racist white folks. Like, oh, you're trying to say that blacks? That he was like, yeah. Because there's actually 2 volumes of his book, this Anacalypsis 1 and 2. And he was saying, like, yo, man, like, y'all need to check it out, man. Like, Abraham and all of them, you know, they were black. They were dark-skinned, well, I say black. They were dark-skinned people. You know, they were brown people. They were people of color. They weren't white. And there's a connection between, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say that because of the mystery systems of the Israelites and the Hindus. But I will say that between the Hindus and the Egyptians, definitely. but they're made for the Israelites and the Hindus and Egyptians, like not necessarily the same, but these are people who were in contact with each other, though they had their own different mystery systems and priesthoods and things like that. But at that time in 1800s, he was studying and traveling from country to country, studying this mystery system, studying that mystery system. So, you know, there wasn't. He was like a kind of a, what do you call it? Like a person that like what do you call it? A person that did it first, set up precedents. There weren't other people before him, white people before him, who were doing this. So he caught a lot of flack from other his contemporaries, white contemporaries, so-called white, and they're like, "Yo, you trying to ascribe ancient history to so-called blacks?" And he was like, "Yeah, but good book, by the way. Yeah, but go on. I'm sorry, brother. That's one.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta follow the evidence. You know what I'm saying? So if you're intellectually honest, you must come to the conclusion that black people are the original peoples of the planet, and
Facts.
so we lived everywhere and ruled everywhere. And
Facts.
so, yeah. So this looks like another king here, and he's surrounded by some very swanky cabinet or whoever they are accompanying him. You got a dragon lion? Nope, it's just a lion. Because you know how I know it's just a lion? Because the paws. You got the paws here. Is a very muscular lion. Now the lion head is reminiscent of the lion mask that I saw Hamashiach wearing at the tender age of 13. This is a Chinese depiction. And you got a bald-headed guy over here. And they look like they're on a cloud. They're on a cloud, just as I was at the tender age of 13. This lady here looks kind of distraught. She looks like she's praying to be saved from this from this lion here. That's funny. So then, I don't understand this iconography other than there's in sitting in Indian style, as we're used to calling it, and these are images from this particular image. It looks like it's from India, and they have their arms in a particular fashion that denote I don't even remember what it denotes, but it's some type of power symbol. I think it's talking about the male and female unified, if I'm not mistaken. But I forget. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember what crossing your arms in front of you means. This looks like maybe a Buddhist temple. I don't know. Yeah, maybe two Buddhist temples. This looks like a shrine, a Buddhist shrine, and they're breaking the law by praying to a Buddhist shrine. And so when I look at this tree here, some artist made a mistake and put Mary in the middle here of this tree. So this guy's over here breakdancing, as you can see very clearly. And this brother over here
is absolutely a dad, bro.
Oh, that's a dad. Thanks for correcting that. I needed that correction right there. He's dabbing. This brother over here is straight up dabbing, and he pointing like, "Yeah, you got something going on there." He looked like an old man leaning over, like, "Hey, you got something going on there, brother."
Complaining, you kids don't know what dancing is.
This is hilarious. So we got they're carrying a Buddhist statue there, which is illegal, and then over here.
That's a person, ain't it? They actually carrying a
It might be it got to be a person.
Yeah,
Now that I think about it. But so is this a person then? In a chair?
yep, and it's that's a look on to the right side of the screen too. It's another one. See that?
Oh yeah. Sitting on the table, sitting
It
on a
look
chair
like
here.
talking to them, sitting
They're
down. He
sitting on a box.
uh,
It's different. It's different classrooms.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is the dancing area,
Arts, dabbing area.
and that's the instructor. So you put your arm up in the air, and you put your your face in your elbow, and then that's what we call a dabuta, a dabuta.
Facts. I got
Man,
it. Yeah, that's crazy. I got something I wanted to show you too. I came across it. I don't know where
what
to
you
be.
got?
I'm sharing it. I don't know if you can see. I'm
Yeah.
sharing, but it's a testimony from a Professor Constantine Rafficy, because he don't know my name. I don't know him. The Primitive Black Nations of America, 1832. Descriptions of indigenous Negroes known to this young man Constantine. And he's going down. He says, to many, this fact of old black nations in America will be new, yet it is an important feature of American history. I will here merely enumerate the black tribes of which I have found, hope I said that, evident traces and remains in North and South America. The Auroras or Cororas of Camana were black, but with fine features and long hair, like the Jolos and the Galas of Africa. The Esteros, latitude 32, are like the Hottentots, and the Namaquas, Tambukis, and many other Nigretian tribes. Not black, but dark brown, yet completely Negroes, with large, thick lips, broad, flat noses, and very ugly, with hair crisp or curly. All these tribes live in New California. The American Negroes of Quarenqua and Choco, the great level plain 900 miles long, 90 wide, separating the Andes of South America from the mountains of Panama, were black and with woolly head in 1505. They are mentioned by the Glaria and all the early accurate writers. The Yamasees or Jamasi were remarkably black people, notices of Florida and the Campaigns. The ancient Caracals of Haiti, represented as a nation of beasts by the historical songs. The Californiums of the Carib Islands, called Black Caribs or Guaini by others. The Aquajos of I hate to say that Arquajos of Catara, mentioned by Garcias in the West Indies, quite black. The Auroras of Nale, I think that's it, or Yaroras of the Spaniards, ugly black or brown Negroes, yet existing near the Orinoco and language known called monkeys by their neighbors. The Chaymas of Guyana, brown Negroes like Motentots. The Manjipas and Porcigis of Neonhof. The Matayas of Nevet are all of Brazil, brown Negroes with curly hair. The Negritas of Martyr and Darien, Panama, yet existing in Choco under the name of Chuanas or Guanas or Chinos, ugly black or red Negroes. The Manatees of Popayan in Colombia, blackish with Negro features and hair. The Guabas and Jaras of the Taguagalpa near the Honduras. The Insulin or Esteros of New California, ugly blackish Negroes. The Black Indian met by the Spaniards in Louisiana, 1542. The Moon-eyed Negroes and the albinos destroyed by the Cherokees. So I thought this was amazingly cool.
Insane in Panama. Wow. That was heavy.
right?
That was heavy. Quite a few indigenous black tribes that I understand that all of them were originally black, who mixed with the black Mongols, and then started to lighten their features over time because there were indigenous white people here, known as the Hittites. So that caused a war on both continents, North America and South America. And while they were weakened in their infighting, other white people came around and said, "Well, let's just go ahead and kidnap all of them, and whoever doesn't want to be kidnapped, we'll just kill." I think that's a great idea. And somebody convinced them that that was a great idea, and they went about doing that very thing of ethnic cleansing, which is illegal, and they will pay for that.
Facts.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy.
We got some more blue people. Hide in the blackness. Mogao Buddhist caves near Dunhung, Cave 428, Fresco 2, Zhao Dynasty. The Buddha of Scythian, Sakya, Sake origin was also known to be a Negro in his appearance. Scythians were descendants of Israelites, who are also known to originally be Negroes in appearance. As a result, knowing the history of the lineal bloodline descent from Israelite to Scythian or Sakya tribes makes it less surprising that Buddha would actually be Negro. It should also now come as less of a surprise that the early Buddhists who helped spread the Buddhist religion worldwide were also Israelites. I appreciate the writer of this article. Okay, so we got some smooth brothers here in tunics instead of dresses. That's cool. All right. They're barefoot. Are they chilling or are they servants? I think they're just chilling. Okay. So you got, of the 30 apostles who took Buddhism to China, 10 are represented as yellow, 10 brown, and 10 black. The Indian blacks, mingling with the straight-haired yellow Mongoloids, tended to have straighter hair, along with their dark color than Africans. Although this was not true in the case of the island Negroes. According to Balfour, ethnologists are of the opinion that Africa has had an important influence in the colonization of southern Asia, of India, and of the Easter Islands in time prior to authentic history or tradition. The marked African features of some of the people in the extreme south of the peninsula of India, the Negro and Negrito races of the Andamans and Great Nicobar, the Samang, Bila, and Jakun of the Malay Peninsula, and the Negrito and Negro, Papuan, and Malagasy races of the islands of the Indian archipelago, Australia, and Polynesia indicate the extent which characterizes their colonization. The spiral-haired Negro race seemed to have preceded the lank-haired brown race. When we consider the position of India between the two great Negro provinces,
that on the West being still mainly Negro, even in the most of its improved races, what did you just say? And that on the East preserving the ancient Negro bases in points so near India as the Ottomans and Kedah. It becomes highly probable that the African element in the population of the peninsula has been transmitted from the Archaic period before the Semitic, Turanian, and Iranian races entered India, and when the Indian Ocean had Negro tribes along its northern as well as its eastern and western shores. Perhaps all the original population of southern Arabia, and even of the Semitic lands, generally was once African. That comes from W.E.B. Du Bois on Asia, Crossing the World Color Line by William Edward Burgot Du Bois, page 10 and 11. These guys.
Is that an alias for W.E.B. Du Bois?
That's his. He's got a different name?
Oh, William Edward Burgot. I never heard his full name. I just always heard W.E.B. Okay.
So these people inside of this house here look like the son of men. So there's a tree here blended into the background that y'all can't see out there. And then we got what do you call them? A Brahmin? We got a Brahmin here. They're all kind of towards the Brahmin, looks like. So I can't read Chinese or whatever that is. Malgao cave painting. Emperor Wu Di of Han worships the Buddha in cave 323. Okay, so the emperor is surrounded by 6 guys and they're worshiping multiple Buddha statues in a cave, which is illegal, and this is why people get conquered. So, Mago cave painting, yep, 323. Empire Wu of Han, 156 to 87 BC. Personal name Lu Qi. Was the 7th emperor of the Han dynasty of China. Emperor Wu is cited in Chinese history as the greatest emperor of the Han dynasty and one of the greatest emperors in Chinese history. And that's why he's the greatest, because as soon as he started performing idolatry, clearly everybody else started doing it after him. And since he was first, it's only fitting that he die first. So now it looks like a similar situation here where they're worshiping Buddhist statues. Not supposed to do that. Whole lot of black women up top. Whole lot of other people. And they're all worshiping a Buddha statue in the center. Unauthorized, illegal. What we got? Worshiping the Buddha statue over here. That's why he looked like a person in them other pictures. Because he's sitting so comfortably. That's what they're doing all over here. Worshiping the statues. They better stop. So once again, we're back at the classroom and they're worshiping the Buddha statue. We clearly looks like a person sitting there. And they made it so life-size and lifelike. that you can't tell the difference on a painting. So it looks like we got a bonfire here. Maybe they burnt one of the statues in intelligence. Maybe not. Let's find out. We got, looks like a sick guy. I don't know what's going on here. White Buddhist. No such thing as a white Buddhist. Here we go. The Emperor Han with his people. And there's no commentary about it. So yeah, it looks like some interesting stuff going on in this art here. And this is the big picture. You gotta step back and see the big picture of the brother dabbing over here that it was taught by his instructor right here that you guys can't really see very well, but you can see his black face. You can see his black hand telling him to point up in the air and then put your face in your arm, and that's called a dab. So now, here go the temples where they screwed up and got conquered. That's why they're subjected to rulership today under the Chinese government. They're very oppressed because they do illegal things. Now, this is I don't know what they're doing. They look like they're in a cloud again. Everybody's in a cloud. So I understand the cloud technique because I was in one when I saw Hamashiach. But they are seeing a 4-armed Buddha figure in the background with a solar disc behind his head.
He got 2 arms in the praying position to his chest.
He got 6 arms.
You see the elbows coming down to the side.
Yeah. 2 arms here, and then 2 arms here, that's 4, and then 2 arms here, that's 6, with a solar disc behind his head. So they must have been so amazed that they thought they saw that many arms. You understand? So I don't know. So like I was saying, in part 1, I'm thinking all this sun worship is what I saw. I saw humanoid sun. So then they naturally started worshiping the sun. But you're not supposed to do that except in the exception of the king of the whole earth. But you're still not supposed to worship the physical S-U-N. You're supposed to worship this person. You can't worship images of them. No statues, no paintings, none of that. Don't even think about doing it. You see? And then it could lead to true worship of the image, which is sacrificing things to it, which in intelligent understanding of sacrifice is sacrificing your whole being to the entity, and giving up your time, your resources to that entity's objectives. So Hamashiach's objective and the Most High's objective is to make life in earth thrive as effectively as possible. So they got it all figured out, and they told our ancestors how to do that. So you gotta, kind of learn the Bible a little bit to figure that out. You don't need to know it as in depth as other people. You just got to know like the behavior techniques in the Bible on how to love people. Okay, so then and how to deal with people in commerce. Don't use fake scales and be beating people with fake scales and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of detailed, but it's very simple information. You know what I mean? And commerce has those rules, those ethics built into it nowadays. Over the thousands of years, they finally got smart enough to kind of, standardize it. Thanks to the Jewishers, I got to give them partial credit for that. The Jewishers stole our identity, and in order for them to be blessed at times, they have to follow certain laws. So they keep the economic laws in high regard and follow those intricately, and so therefore they are blessed with economics. But the rest of their debauchery is going to be paid for, and has been paid for, and will continue to be paid for double what they have done. So now we got all this great art here. So this is more modern, of course. And so I don't know how to interpret it other than you got a brother here with flying on some type of bird with, okay.
The stork in
That does
ancient
look like
age,
a stork.
they used to fly on storks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back, since you can read. Let's look at the rest of this stuff then. Okay. They look like they're just partying. Hold on a second. They shouldn't be partying so lying on each other that way. They kind of looks kind of gay a little bit. Okay, so you got here, what we got here with this guy looks kind of mad about something, and he's blowing a fire out of his mouth, I think. And they love those tigers.
That's a branch with the leaves on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not him breathing fire. That's it's a tool of some kind.
Uh-huh.
I wonder, can you put it as
Is
it
it an instrument?
It looked like to tell the truth, it looked like he's drinking from it. Like drinking from a broken.
It does, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that. Because I'm thinking a blanket when I was wrong about the fire, but this dude is jumping over. It looked like he's doing a atomic splash on these niggas. It looked like it's two niggas side by side.
It did.
They drunk. Okay, so this is a baccalaureate type of party. You got a naked fat woman here lying on a big fat dude.
Hopefully that's a woman. It looked like that's just a not naked, but a flesh tone robe, like the one guy at the bottom. Cause he got writing on, and he got like sleeves at the wrist. So it looked
like this one. Okay. Okay, I see it now. This thing is so small. Okay, but they look like this looks like a party because everybody has instruments now. So here we go with the instruments.
or the musical section. Yeah. I see a goat. Shit.
Yeah.
Now what's that red thing down there? Right below the goat.
Here, that's I was gonna tell you, but then I'd be lying. So I don't know what that is. It has a whale face. It has a what do you call them big gigantic whales?
Humpback.
No, it's like I think it's a blue whale or something. Is what I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though. I don't know. but they love these tigers. They keep tigers as pets, and so this is clearly some type of festival here, and he's bringing some type of information.
The information
in his bag. Yeah, yeah. These guys look. They look like they're arm wrestling.
or scribe grit or scribe.
Reading. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it. Yeah, they're reading because look, he got the pages right here. That's his book. Like,
Yeah.
let me get this page out and let's read this. Says right here. That's all right, bro. Let me see what else we got. Now that we can read the pictures, I'm the genius with it, so we can figure this out together. Okay. Let's see what we got here. This thing started me somewhere else. Who you got your money on him?
So yeah, to tell you right,
What the fuck? This thing started me way off. Here we go. All right, now the last one. Here, hold on. There's two more. Okay. Look. Okay. Look. Okay. I was on the first one. Boom. Read that. Now here we can see I can still see the instruments and things. And this guy riding a whole dragon, nigga. He riding a stork. He got a scroll in his hand. Nope, is that a scroll? Yeah. He got some power in his hand too. Shining. Unless that's just some shiny gold. And it looks like some fire or something is floating around here. It's all niggas. What's the deal with that? He's riding on an ass, clearly. Now that's a clear ass. That is not a horse. Okay, you got a big gigantic elephant over here. And then, oh, we got the sun. It's not behind his head. It's actually like they're showing that like in the position. It's like that's where it's positioned in this picture. You got an elephant. You got a whole bunch of other niggas everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They look like they getting less and less dressed than they were before. This nigga still reading. Yeah, I don't like that. It's like they're undressing. So here, what we got here, the stork man is back. This nigga is praying in the corner. Please forgive me for all these niggas together for no reason at all. Niggas playing patty cake in the corner. It's wild, untamed, uselessness. Look like he offering a necklace to somebody. Okay. Look like another gift is being given here with some flowers to a nigga. Niggas laying on each other. You need to stop that, man. This nigga praying for forgiveness. All right, let's figure this out. We got another a brown man here, and they love the loopsy loops in their ears, the gauges. All right. This looked like one from one of them movies that I seen, one of them kung fu movies that I seen. They're carrying him. He looks kind of upset. in the back here. He looks kind of worried that he's upset, but that stick should hold him off since he's a 200-degree black belt and would dare that man to drop that thing lest he be smitten, smited. All right, so he's got on a robe. Yeah, that's a robe. He got the curly toes.
One little fat ass. T-Tank.
Ting Tang.
Nah, she said the baby was calling her TT.
Oh, let's see what we got here with the. He's got the back scratcher. This nigga fancy.
Definitely a back scratcher, huh?
That nigga fancy, bro. See what we got here.
Unfinished paint.
Chocolate, brother. Huh?
Unfinished? Oh, okay. It's finished. Okay. It's just old as hell.
We got here the sun iconography again. Should not be there. That's illegal. What we got here is a blackity. I'm talking about ghost black.
Thank you, baby. I'm not hungry though. I kind of hate some of that jerk food.
We got one of these flying chandeliers again. Guys, happy. Oh, that's why they leaning back like that, because the sun, they worshiping the sun. Looks like they're. Here we go.
Right.
That's the other boy. That's the my homie. Got the burner homie. Statue of Warrior Monk in Shaolin Buddhist Temple. Let's figure out what this guy's saying. Let me share the audio here. Figure out what he about to say. Look like he about to say something funny. Cause he in one of them stances.
Oh, he finna fight.
He said, "Oh me the fuck."
Ain't
oh me the fuck.
Asian movies have black people in it more than European and shit. That's why when I was young, we used to watch Asian movies.
That's a fact.
I was watching that shit because it was like,
yeah, there was always black people around somewhere.
With no white supremacy in it, basically.
And the white people would get their ass whooped. They was always like from Europe, and they always had on like black suits. You know what I'm saying? They come up there and they had the long, stiff shit, and the motherfuckers was dancing around their ass and whooping their ass. Now they hold their own for about a round. You know what I'm saying? And they get their ass whooped in the end.
And he on top of a tree that's on top of some clouds. What is he on? Or is that water? Like water.
Figure out how to say this without lying. Looks like the water is coming out of the tree.
Out of a rock or something, yeah.
A rock. He's got the little bit symbology. All I need is a little bit because his fingers are not touching. He's got the Sambo caricature situation, and just as you read, about everybody being ugly. That's how they made his face.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they can't just be honest. They got to call us all ugly. Buddhist monk with the 1,000-mile eyes, countenance that nigga can see. I was thinking the same thing. Now that nigga can see. So let's look at him. We got the tiger pet. And he's with a homie that is offering him the scroll, and he's trying to slap it backhanded out his hand. See, that's where you get it wrong, brother. Tiger Lohan and Guan Yin. Okay, let's go. What we got here? Uh-oh. They scrapping. Yeah, look like they're scrapping. Stele and documentary evidence shows the monks historically worshipped the Bodhisattva Varapanis. Kimnara king form as the progenitor of their staff and bare hand fighting styles. Oh, they're practicing. Okay, cool. And that's kind of closer to the original there. Wang Kimnara.
Ugly meant frightful or horrible in appearance from Scandinavian source such as Norse, dreadful, fearful.
Wow.
If you were scary looking, if someone was like, instead of saying, man, that motherfucker scared the shit out of me, you say he was ugly.
Wow.
Like, damn, shit got ugly for me for a second. You describing the presence of the person.
Brother. Excellent. So, fine, brother.
Unattractive is saying that they struck fear in people.
Right. Yeah. Man.
Or
appreciate that.
That of ill-tempered. So it could also mean people who were quick to temper.
Uh-huh.
Who didn't play. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sheesh. That just filled the whole that just put a whole new wrinkle in my brain. Okay, we got these brothers ready to go. I met a guy who trained over here for 7 years, and people were afraid of him. He went to Federal State University with me. And so what we got here? That hopefully that's just a mannequin, because a lot of times when people die, they look like mannequins.
Yeah, they
Buddhist monk.
Bring them back out every now and then, watch them and change their
clothes. You feel me? It's crazy, right?
I'm damn near certain that that's not a real body though.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Yeah, because it looked like it just flaked off and some stuff flaked off the actual statue. A Buddhist monk of the Standing in Snow Pavilion.
Yeah, the eyes is open too. That's what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
See, the head wouldn't be so erect. It would be kind of the chin to the chest.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Now I got my money on him, but it's just a statue though. But they made him look quite powerful and ugly.
That's Bodhidharma. Okay, yeah, that's the dude that went from place to place and studied the animals and created the martial arts styles and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I ain't tripping, I was studying him last year.
Who's well, I guess nobody really knows who that guy is. The old guy that claimed to be 325 years old that collected every herb in the world, and that's why he lived so long, because he was an herb collector and ate herbs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wonder who that was. And so you got to be kidding.
We got monkeys trained today.
Okay.
This could have been a very possible thing back, especially where they at.
Okay. I thought it was a bit of racism going on, but it's an actual monkey. Now, here is this guy is really bossed up. And why is he making that little fat girl walk and carry the book, the scrolls and stuff? Why is he doing that? And he got the thinnest face on her like that. You better stop that, man. What the? Oh, shit. Some type of. Oh, they got another Israelite lesson. That's cool. Let's get back to where we was at though, so I can close this out. What we got here? Okay, we saw that. We saw that. We got the giant head Buddha with the. I mean, now that skin is that is colorful. That's very colorful. All right. Let's see what we got here. Another Buddha. See, all this illegal stuff. Ain't no telling. Well, I wonder if they even. Well, I know they bow down to it and pray to it, so that's a problem already. Look at this whitewash iconography here. He was brown, now he's lighter brown. They painted whatever he's holding red. Painted his dress here. See, that's a problem. And see, this is what we gotta go through all the time. Faking. Fake shit. Okay, so hope that's a statue because that dude looks just like my granddaddy, one of my granddaddy. Okay, Honing from 638 to 713 AD,
Once a week.
known in Japanese as Daikan, Inno, and in Korean as Honyong, was a Chinese Chan Zen Buddhist monk who is one of the most important figures in the entire tradition. Oh, okay, so that is a real dude. That's what I thought. He looked, yeah, that's him. He looked just like one of my granddads. All right, there he is again. Smooth old man. I don't know why you cut your hair like that. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
look at him when look at him when he was young. He was super smooth when he was young. That might be a statue. I don't know. But, huh?
That's a statue. The eyes won't be open if it was a real person.
Yeah.
They don't do fake. They don't do death masks. You know, like in Egyptian, they do the fake, the death mask. They put the portion of like a depiction of your face over your face. They don't do that, and that's clearly not real clothing. That's metal.
That's what it looked like. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Because his hands and everything's the same color. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a statue. But that dude was super smooth when he was young, though. Bazi is a Japanese Zen master. Oh, this is a different guy. Okay. He's from 1327 to 1387. Basui. And then this guy here. Uh-huh. Okay. I can't read it. Can you read something? He got the Mandelbrot iconography, looks like.
Helios, you got the astrological shit behind him.
Uh-huh. He got a smooth robe on.
In his hand with the what? What's that in his left hand? Some rings or a cup? Something?
Yeah, he's holding 2 or 3 rings in his hand.
Yeah, that's about all you get from there.
That's probably a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Lao Jun Cave. Lao Jun Cave is one of the famous grottos in Bingling Shi, which was built during North Wei Dynasty. Extent some murals in the cave is in North Wei Dynasty. The subject include preaching saints, 2 Buddhas, 1,000 Buddhas, and so on. The cave was occupied by Taoism from Ming Dynasty, and some Taoism god statues were sculptured in the cave from them. The grotto, carved across the sky, is about 50 meters distance. The something looking from here. The trees are green and the water is clear. What a wonderful sight. There it is. Yeah, they had to explain that one because that thing is so simple that I wouldn't have called it a wonderful sight without the explanation. So we got another instructor here. Must be showing somebody off stage how to dab. Keep somebody. I know that's it's trying to tell them how to do something.
As a navigator.
That's what it is. Yep, they on the boat. That's right. Bring it out. They got little flags and stuff. Hey, come to shore. Come on shore. Shore. Welcome home. They landed. Okay, let's see what we got here. Stamp. There we go. We got the same similar boat looking information. Let's see how many people is on these boats. 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So that don't mean that. Let's see what we got here. This looks like it's flying in the sky. Looks like some humongous gorillas are holding it up. It looks like it's coming from a city, kind of.
Like it's sailing through, and these are wild men on some type of men on a shore, on a rocky shore.
Trying to get in the boat?
Nah, just waving their arms at them. And it don't look like they're attempting to get in the water. So it's like that's the foreground with the people on the mountain, the mid-range, the picture, the people in the water in the background. Whatever that is, a pyramid.
That sounds about right. Yeah, because that looks like a pier here with the legs in the water. Legs in the water.
Pyramids are about piers. Pyramid. All right, bet.
Good look.
Moreover, many of the men who translated certain Sanskrit texts into Chinese, Korean, and Japanese languages were originally from the Parthian Empire, proliferation of Buddhism. Right. So we've seen these maps many times, main branches of Buddhism. We're talking about Japan in the 6th century. We're talking about Korea in the 4th century, China in the 1st century, Tibet in the 8th century, Sri Lanka in the 3rd century, like that. So you can clearly see like the migration, I suppose, because of course it started here in Nepal, Sambo Judah's hometown, and then they moved into that was close like the 1500s and stuff like that. So then I guess they skipped all the way to the 1st century. Wait, nope. They skipped to the 3rd century BC when they pushed south, and then they started moving more into the interior of Greater Asia, and then it reached China in the 1st century AD, and then moved to Korea in the 4th century AD, and then to Japan in the 6th century AD, and then somehow they teleported over here to Tibet in the 8th century AD. That's what happened. That's what happens when you become enlightened. You know how to teleport. Some pocket of Parthian rule remained in the east, even after the takeover of the Sassanids in 226. From the 2nd century, several Central Asian Buddhist missionaries became in the Chinese capital cities of Luoyang, and sometimes Nanjing, where they particularly distinguished themselves by their translation work. The first known translators of Buddhist texts into Chinese are actually Parthian missionaries, distinguished in Chinese by their Parthian surname and for Anshi, country of the Arsacids, and that's the Parthian kingdom, Wikipedia. Now, this is a video game, and it looks great. Parthian Scythian soldiers. It's another video game that looks great. That's a great looking road too, brother. Swanky. A Parthian Iranian soldier. Parthians claimed Scythian descent, and Scythians were Israelites. The Scythians in Persian also referred to themselves as Arya or Aryan. This is from the Ibid. Is that a Islamic book? I mean, a Quranic book, or Quran book? Ibid, Moses bin Ishaq. Moses bin Isaac, son of Isaac. Moses, son of Isaac. Adri, Ibid, 1774 to 1842. So this is not a book. A Moroccan-born rabbi and Kabbalist who lived for many years in Amsterdam and authored 2 works dealing with the quest for the 10 lost tribes. Ma'asa Nissim, originally published in Hebrew and German in Amsterdam in 1809, is a mythical description of the Sambo'S River. It was later published in London in 1834 along with an historical account of the 10 tribes, settled beyond the river Sambo'S in the east with many other curious Matters Relating to the State of the Israelites in Various Parts of the World, published in London in 1836. Also, Professor Edward Oldham's book, Who Are the Japanese?, published in 1932, describes interesting findings in this regard as well. According to him, during the 19th century in the Crimea, many Hebrew epitaphs were found in the cemeteries in the area of the Black Sea, ancient Scythia. Thus, Israelites in exile who lived in the Crimea occupied the whole of it under 3 different names. They held it, lived and died, and were buried there, and had epitaphs inscribed on their tombs. These Hebrew tombstone writings provide a great deal of historical information. For instance, one states that a portion of the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Reuben, and the half-tribe of Manasseh had moved eastward as far as China. For God said that he would move them eastward as well as westward. That comes from Old Adlam, 1932. Oh, shoot. What was that? Okay, we black. Okay, now, Rediscovering Japan, Reintroducing Christendom, 2,000 Years of Christ's History in Japan, by Samuel Lee, page 13. So here we go. We've got another map of the migrations. We've seen these a number of times throughout this presentation of part 1 and 2. Restoring Uncle Sambo'S reputation. I hope you're proud of me, huh? So we got, this is the exact same map as the earlier one that we saw earlier. So peoples of probable Israelite origin, geographic names, cities, Assyrian Empire in the light, in the like the bright pink, exiled Israelites in the dark pink, and then their first deportation was to Nineveh, Assyria, and then their early migrations, or of course, it went this way. You see, that's what they say. Yeah, that's what they say because that's what they had to do. So a lot of people, a lot of northern tribes, after they escaped this Syria, stayed in the region, and it appears to me that some went across water to the Americas, eastward, traveling that way. And then when you see the Southern Kingdom in Africa traveling to the Americas, they were forced to the Americas traveling westward. That's just how I see it. And so I was thinking this morning that they possibly split up purposely in order to establish themselves in different locations throughout Greater Asia and the Pacific Islands, so that they won't ever be captured like that again and subjugated like that again. But of course that failed. They and people. Esau is always going to find them because he wants them eradicated from the earth for stealing his family, his father's blessing. So eastward migrations of the northern kingdom of Israel into Iran, Media, and further east along the Silk Road into China, Korea, and Japan. Here we got some exquisite art, and he's riding a whole bull. And She Cow was a Parthian prince who made the first known translations of Hinayana Buddhist texts into Chinese from 148 to 170 AD. And Xuan was a Parthian merchant who became a monk in China 181 AD. Tanti is circa 254 AD, a Parthian monk, and Fatin 281 to 306, a monk of Parthian origins. So here we got the Zagros Mountains and the Parthian Empire that they want us to clearly know about. And it goes from the east of Arabia, and this is actually India right here, but it's distorted because I guess they didn't know how to draw the map, or maybe it actually looked like that, or maybe India's down here. I'm not too certain looking at it this close. The Parthian Empire. Medicine used by many in ancient China was believed to have been first brought to Japan by way of Korea around the 5th or 6th century AD. By the beginning of 7th century, much information about Chinese medicine had reached Japan. It was not just medicine. Chinese traders also provided knowledge of Buddhism. It is largely because of this connection that during the Nara in 710 to 794 and Han 794 to 1192 periods, medicine was mainly provided by Buddhist monks. That's according to Wayne Pharmacy. So now we're looking at China here and, Greater Asia. And these are cities where the Silk Road, overland Silk Road, was located. And it went all the way to Japan and all the way back over here to the Levant. Looks like we got some more illegal activity going on there. Not too sure. Jews in the Far East. This old Silk Road. Union of the Soviet Socialist Republics. Trans-Siberian Railroad. So, they kind of, they had another kind of Silk Road up here that is a modern railroad, and the old Silk Road is down here that followed the exact same route. So they're trying to make a high-speed rail with a brand new Silk Road today, a modernized Silk Road today. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Black people worshiping very light Buddhist statues. Don't do that. Okay. Same thing. Ancient trade routes from the cities of Medes. A map from Alan Howard Godby's Lost Tribes, a Myth, page 366, marking some of the known Israelite populations found from Palestine to China, the Far East. from Palestine to India and China. Ancient trade routes from the cities of the Medes. Okay. Here, we got somebody that they didn't know how to dab, right? So they just bust a two-step on there. And it looked like they're enjoying themselves watching that. The Parthian Empire was a Persian kingdom in the northeast of Iran. Persia is known to have a history of Negroid dynastic rulers whose appearance in Persia is said to have corresponded with the arrival and conquest of the Scythians. Again, it should be remembered that the Scythians were Israelites. These Israelites later traveled into India, founding many different lineages. One of these lineages brought us Shakyamuni Buddha, the pagan Israelite Sambo. The Israelite Buddhists who helps translate and spread Buddhism are one of the many ways that Israelites arrived in the Far East. For more understanding on the Israelite presence in the Far East, be sure to read the following related topics. East African Israelites, Bantu Africans are Israelites. The Indians of the Americas are Israelites. The sidelock of silence and mysteries of immaturity. Shinong, the Israelite inventor of Chinese culture. The Aryan Scythians were Israelites. The door of no return. The eminent third eye of the mound. Jacob's ladder and the antenna of the temple. You see, this is a great site dedicated to presidential research. And I think I'm going to donate one day. What the Academy of the World know who the historic Buddha? Why am I looking at you? Click here to return to the home page. Well, I don't understand why I'm looking at them, but they in here. So that concludes this great article proving what I've always known for years. When that brother came out with that lesson proving that Sambo Judah was a black man, that Buddha was a black man, and when he said his name Sambo Judah in the first 2 seconds of the first minute of the video, I understood exactly who my ancestor was by name. And then later on, somebody developed an entire 5-hour long presentation that I read for you in 2 parts. Restoring Sambo's Reputation, Part 1. Go back and watch that if you missed it. And Restoring Uncle Sambo's Reputation, Part 2, that we have just concluded. I want to give a shout out to the boss, the president of Black America, Swab. I want to give a shout out to Sambo Judah, the Japanese from Cleveland, Ohio. I want to give a shout out to Atmala, Devanya, Barbara, KOT, Nails. I want to give a shout out to Shalama. I want to give a shout out to who else? Pull Mango Slade. I want to give a shout out to Big O, Gold Measy. Oh, I said stop playing with Gold Measy mind because He will defeat you in any type of trivia, black trivia. And we are developing a black trivia app for you niggas. You better download it. It's going to cost 99 cents. As soon as we finish developing it, I earned me 2 exclusives today. One from Sambo Judah the Japanese. He said, I'm looking for Tazaria. Tell him I'm looking for him. I'm going to pull up on him and I'm going to defeat him in whatever he chooses to debate. He also said, may the Most High bless me. He also said to keep him in the memory of the people who come through this channel and watch it. Because he got that Temple Man science that is on point and so forth down the line. We heard information about blue music coming out. We heard Ak Malak talking about zeitgeist information. I encourage you to do further research there, brother. And so I hope I got everything. Who else came through here? I think that's it. Shout out to the terrible hurricane Katrina. Don't play with her. And let's get ready to rumble.
Shout out the client. I was at the negotiation right quick.
Any last words for the meeting? I'll let you close it up.
Hey man, you already know I close out, man. Black African power, peace, global liberation, acceptance, self-definition, self-determination. Shalom, shalom, assalamu alaikum, hotel say, man. Peace. Take care of each other. Strength. Appreciate
Fuck the war machine.
Fuck the war machine. It's the AOI.